Fix bayonets! Charge! Welcome to another episode on the JB Wargamer 87 YouTube channel, and today it is the Cadians versus the Orks. We are playing a 1500 point mission in this series that I'm doing on the YouTube channel, and the mission is from the Grand Tournament 2020 Strike Force mission, Surround and Destroy. So you can see here, it is a Mars scape here. There is an oil vicinity just here, and then there is an ammunition dump and underground cave and bunker where the Astra Militarum have settled a detachment of forces, but the Orks want to loot this world. They want scrap for the big boss himself. So this is going to be a fascinating and interesting battle that we are about to fight. And what we're going to do now is we're going to check out the forces. Right, so this is the 1500 points of the 18th Cadian Army Group. This is a mechanised platoon in support with a Leman Russ squadron as well as some artillery support as well in this detachment that we have here. So 1500 points, still 1500 points is a great fun game as well, no matter what the size games are in 40k. So 1500 points, here we go. The commander today, it is Macleod Nichols, and his warlord trait, which I have spent a command point for his relic, which I'll explain in just a second. He has the superior tactical training Cadian warlord trait, keeping it to the narrative, of course, because we are strict when it comes to holding the discipline, when it comes to organisation and keeping it to the narrative. So that's the purpose of the channel. So I've spent a command point, so I did have 12 command points, so I spent 3 in this particular mission, and he has 4 core units, the Relic of Lost Cadia, so re-rolling those ones to hit and to wound. So he has that relic as well. And then second in command, we have Thomas Matthews commanding this Leman Russ Demolisher. And he has the warlord trait, of which I've spent a command point on to give him the subordinate commander trait. So he has an additional warlord trait, and he has the old grudges, and he's going to select the Orc War Boss as his grudge. And then for an additional command point, I'm going to give him a tank ace ability as well, and that is for the steel commander ability, keeping it to the narrative, of course, giving him an additional order. Now he's equipped with the Demolisher Cannon, hull-mounted las cannon, and sponson multi-melters. Multi-melters are very nasty now, so watch out. There's a nasty Leman Russ there. So then we have Ray Cross's Leman Russ, and he has the Leman Russ Punisher this time. So he's equipped with the Punisher Cannon, sponson, heavy bolters, and a hull-mounted las cannon. And then we have another Leman Russ Punisher, and then Zach Butler is in command. And then in pronunciation of French, it is Jacques Boulet, Zach Butler. So he has exactly the same combination that Leman Russ as well. And then we have the artillery support. We have Winston Adkins. Yes, he loves his artillery. So I'm going to try out the Wyvern in this particular mission, keeping it with the mechanised options there. I was going to have 2 squads of mortars, but I've decided to go for a Wyvern this time. Keeping it a little bit different and keeping the pace of the infantry and the mechanisation of this detachment. So I've done that there. So the Wyvern in support, And then we have our first infantry squad, led by Patrick Darling, Sergeant First Class Patrick Darling, and then his subordinate commander is a Lance Corporal Will Ward, and then Specialist Guardsman Donald Hammer. And then the rest of the guardsmen are equipped with las guns, and each squad is equipped with a Voxcaster and grenade launcher, and Sergeant is equipped with a las pistol and chainsaw. It's all exactly the same for the squads. Luke Schringel is transporting this squad here. And then we have 2 more infantry squads in Chimeras. Now this Chimera here has got a hull-mounted heavy flamer, and these Chimeras have got hull-mounted heavy bolters and multi-lasers, and it's got a multi-laser on that one as well. Now leading this squad is Tyler Gavin. Sergeant Taylor Gavin leads this squad here, and then Specialist Guardsman Rowan Douglas has the grenade launcher, and then we have Jesse Patton, Private Jesse Patton, las gun there. And then for this squad here we have Drew Gunners, Sergeant Drew Gunners, and then we have Marshall Cummings, Lance Corporal, and then we have Specialist Guardsman Connor Murdoch, and then we have Ben Wyden, Private, and then we have Anthony Leach and Harrison Leach. They have been promoted. They have done very well in the last battle report, and hence they have been promoted now. Congratulations to you both, fellow guardsmen. So, all the rest exactly the same combination with the 3 squads. Next, we have the command asset here. And in command of this detachment, we've already been through Maxfield Nichols' traits. So he has, equipment-wise, he's got a plasma pistol and close combat weapon. We have a Ministorum Priest. And then we have George Whitehall, the warrant officer that he has requested. And he has a power sword. And then we have a Primaris Psyker, and he has got Smite, Psychic Barrier, and Night Shroud as his powers. And then Taylor Griselli, he has got the platoon banner, and for the purposes of morale he loves holding the banner, and hence he is the platoon commander once again. And then we have Peter Nastro as the sergeant there for this squad, and then we have James Otero, who's representing himself as a medic in this mission, and then we have a Specialist Guardsman Lance Corporal with a flamer. So there you go, that is 1500 points on the nose. Pretty impressive looking force for that size. So Cadia stands, and for the Emperor. So that's our motto. And what we're going to look at now is we're going to look at Craig's Orcs. 1500 points. Let's take a look at his army. So this is 1500 points. Now this is 1500 points on the nose.
1497.
1497.
Orcs don't have anything for 3 points.
Orcs don't have anything for 3 points anymore. So this is quite a big force for 1500. Of course, it's Orcs, isn't it? So the Great Tide. Yeah. So keeping it, it's a very narrative force actually. I like this force. It's nice.
I would have bought more trucks. I have a battle wagon.
Yeah.
If I bought the battle wagon, I'd have to drop up a squad of boys, and then the boss would be foot slogging, and the boss has to go in his battle wagon. So this time the boss is foot slogging, but he's foot slogging with his knobs and his other boys.
So what are we waiting for? What have you got, Craig? Your force?
I have the obligatory War Boss. I've given him as his relic the Dead Shiny Shooter, which is an Assault 9 shooter. It's just more DACA, just lots and lots of DACA.
Lots of DACA, boys.
He's got the Mighty's Right Warlord traits, and he's got also the Biggest Boss as a command point spent as well, which gives him, each one gives him like +1 attack, +1 square, and lots of extras in his stats, which makes him a bit more survivable, because they tend to die quickly, War Bosses.
Yes.
And he's got his Weird Boy next to him, or his Age of Sigmar Shaman, but I like that model more than the Weird Boy model. He has the Jump and Warpath I've given him, so, which is both quite useful. Behind him are his knobs, his Grenadier Guard knobs. I've given them the sand-coloured berets.
Nice.
It's just standard knob squad.
Yeah.
War bikers behind there. The boss has not got enough scrap for his war bike yet, so he can't join the bikers. But he will have some scrap when Basil has finished thrashing his vicious bike. Got my Boomdacker Snazwagon. Spent a command point on that custom job to give him a souped-up special, which makes it Assault 15 instead of Assault 12, but -1 strength. So it's insane. Lots and lots of Dacker.
Lots of Dacker.
You've got the custom booster blaster, which is sort of anti-tank sort of thing. It's rivet cannon. Again, spent a command point to give him Sizzly rivets.
Yep.
Which I think it's on a roll to wound or to hit. So I'll check again in the rules. Gives it as a mortal wound in addition to normal damage. So it's just lots more killies, something to kill tanks. So.
Okay.
And then, as always, you need boys.
Yes.
Lots of boys.
Now, I'm going to be nice to you because we're going to make them Toughness 5 because of the new Games Workshop rules. No, we'll do it as Toughness 5. So
Toughness 5.
We want a challenge.
Do they get 10 attacks in the new rules as well?
Are
they ballistic skill 2 as well? That'd be very nice.
Ballistic skill 2? Ballistic skill 5 plus, you mean?
Yes.
Well, that's whole rules.
But they have Dacker, so on
they have
rolls of
Dacker,
6s to hit, I get another shot. Which is
so we are counting these as Toughness 5.
Okay.
All these boys,
I'll
I'm happy with that. So it's to keep the audience happy as well.
Okay.
So we'll give it a try. So
see how unbalanced it is.
So what else do you have?
So 2 squads of 20 boys.
Yeah.
18 boys. Do apologise, it's 18. Do my math for me. 1, 2, 20. No, it's 20 boys.
20 boys.
2 squads of 20 and 2 squads of 12. Two shooter boys in a truck each. And then behind are my newest additions, my Dreadnought and another Dreadnought which I looted from your Ultramarines. So I spent a command point on them. They have got Dirty Gubbins, which is -1 to hit when shooting at them.
Oh. Now that is what I call heresy.
You should see what I've done with the driver. He is now my standard.
Oh man. Oh, it's fantastic conversions you've done here. So, what clan?
Oh, we are speed freaks.
They are
red ones
speed
go faster.
freaks. So red ones go faster.
I initially started off when I first got the Orcs. Well, I was going to do bad moons. So I was going to do shooty and reroll ones to hit. But I thought, no, I like fast things. So one squad is painted in yellow markings. The rest have got majority reds.
Majority red. Okay.
So most things get +1 to their movement, except the Warbikers get +2. As do those two, they get +2 because they actually have a speed freak keyword.
Okay, right.
And there's a few other bonuses like rerolling charges, +1 to your charge as well, +1 to your advance. Lots of basically I can move. I'm very fast.
As an Orc player, what do you think of the new Toughness 5 rules?
Bit more survivable.
Bit more survivable. They say they can withstand multiple bolt hits in the narrative.
Probably easier to manage than 2 wound orcs.
Yeah.
I always expect half my orc army to be off the table by turn 3.
Yeah. But
then the few that do get into combat will take.
I can understand why it could be 2 wounds. Could be 2 wounds.
I'd like to see the knobs upgraded a bit more.
Yeah, I think they
knobs should be the equivalent. Was it Terminators now have 3 wounds?
Yeah, Terminators have 3 wounds.
Knobs
I think Mega Knobs would probably. Yeah.
Mega Knobs probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But knobs always had 2 wounds in beforehand, so because they were tougher.
Yeah. Then they've gone up to 3 wounds, and then they'll probably go up to 4 wounds. So
yeah, we'll see.
So this is pre-new codex, everything like that. But we're going to give the Orc boys toughness 5, and that includes the knobs and that kind of thing. So yeah, Orcs are going to get +1 toughness.
Wonderful.
So that includes the little grots as well, apparently. So
toughness 4 grots.
Toughness 4 grots.
That's stronger than a guardsman. That's
I know, that is insane.
That is ridiculous.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it only applies to the Orcs.
It sounds better. That sounds more feasible.
So there you go.
Toughness 4 grots. Grots are smaller than the guardsman. They should be. It's about the same size as Ratling. The Ratlings are what, toughness 2?
Yeah, Ratlings are just embarrassing altogether when it comes to them doing a workout. But anyway, so that's 1497 points of Orcs. So very, very impressive force, nicely painted.
Thank you.
And keeping it to the narrative as well. And you're a quick painter as well. I do grant.
When I put my mind to it.
When you put your mind to it, yeah, of course.
So if I haven't painted in probably about a month.
Yeah.
But I can get things painted quickly if I'm in the mood to sit and paint.
Brilliant.
I'll just put on
or
whatever and just paint. And then I'll stop for a month, do something else.
Nice. Excellent. So there you go. So that there is the Orc force. and we're going to go straight on to scenario and deployment. So this is the mission that we're going to do in this particular battle report, and it's going to be from the Grand Tournament 2020 Strike Force. So the mission is called Surround and Destroy. So the mission briefing: the time to crush your enemy once and for all is at hand. Maintain a strong rear guard whilst your vanguard forces sweep past the foe's flanks and surround them and cut off their means of escape. Then let the slaughter begin. So, primary objectives. Victory points are awarded for controlling objective markers as follows. Take and hold progressive objective. Several strategic locations have been identified in your vicinity. You are ordered to assault these positions and hold them at any cost. At the end of each player's command phase, the players whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each of the following conditions. They satisfy for a maximum of 15 victory points. Point 1. They control 1 or more objective markers. Point 2. They control 2 or more objective markers. Point 3. They control more objective markers than their opponent controls. This primary objective cannot be scored in the first battle round. Secondary objectives. In this mission, when players are selecting their secondary objectives, they can, if they wish, choose for one of them to be surround them. See below. So we will be playing this secondary objective. Surround them. Progressive and end game objective. You are ordered to encircle the enemy whilst ensuring that none of their foes break through your defences. Surround the foe completely. Let none escape. Score 4 victory points at the end of your command phase, and at the end of the battle, if you control both objective markers in your deployment zone and 1 more objective markers in your opponent's deployment zone, score 8 victory points instead if you control all 4 objective markers that are in the deployment zones. So there you go. So this is the map mission where the objectives will be placed, and we will do this off camera, and then we're going to sort out the deployment zone and everything like that, and the purposes of clarifying terrain, and we'll come back in the next segment. Okay, the objectives have been placed, as well as the clarification of terrain and of course the deployment zone. So first of all, we'll talk about the objectives and where they are located. So we have an objective here, objective marker here, objective here on top of this wall. We have an objective there, we have an objective underneath this cave, and then if I go over here, we have an objective from the top here. So those are the 6 objectives here. This is a very, very interesting mission. I don't think I've played this mission before, so it's all new. And keeping it to the theme of the channel, we like to change the missions around. So it's going to be interesting stuff. So next thing we've got to do is just to clarify terrain. So literally, that there is a crater. We spoke about the terrain purposes and clarification. That is more of a crater rather than line of sight blocking. This is all line of sight blocking, pretty much. That's a wall, so it's line of sight blocking, and then that's of course line of sight blocking because that's an intact building. So there you go. So that's the deployment is literally 12 inches along. So it's a bit like the classic Dawn of War deployment from previous editions of 40K. So the next thing we're going to do off camera is we're going to choose our secondary objectives. Okay, we've both chosen the secondary objectives. We've done surround them, which we've both chosen for the purposes of the mission. And then I've chosen bring it down and domination. And then Craig has gone for assassinate and mindbreaker. So those are the secondary objectives that have been chosen, and now we're going to go straight on to deployment. Okay, this is the rolling the dice. Again, I have the golden holocron of destiny. So this is for deployment, as to see who deploys first. So I roll a 4. and Craig rolls
My Dakar dice.
a Dakar
I think
dice.
I got it from Salute. I can't remember. Salute many years.
Salute many
When
years
I
ago.
worked for a
Good old
certain
Salute.
company.
Yeah.
So there we go.
It was a
Oh,
1.
one.
So
Lovely.
it looks like the Guard are going to deploy their first unit, and then we're going to alternate. And then in the next segment, we're going to see the factions deployed, and battle will be imminent. So here it is. The deployment has been completed. Now, I've done it so we're looking at it from an Orc perspective on this side. So I'm going to talk about my deployment, and Craig will talk about his deployment in just a sec. So we have a Chimera over here, which is with the Minister and Priest and an infantry squad there, and they are securing that objective there. And then we have a Leman Russ Punisher in support here. We have a Chimera, that's another infantry squad. We have the Wyvern. Now, I put the Wyvern in the centre because it'll have a full field of range, so making the most of the range. So probably the whole table, as long as it's alive, of course. So I've done it so it's deployed in the centre. And then we have another infantry squad just over here in that Chimera there. Another Chimera as well. This is the command squad Chimera, which is inside there. So that everything is all mechanised and all inside transports for the purposes of protection and speed. And then we have another Leman Russ Punisher in case any of the Orcs decide to pop out of the transport and start shooting them if the Punisher Gatlin Cannon is in range. And then of course we have the second in command, which is the Leman Russ Demolisher over here, commanded by Thomas Matthews. So, Craig, what have you done with your Orcs?
There's not much room to deploy them. Lots of things in the way.
Yes.
Squad of boys there, ready to just go forward.
Yeah, ready to go forward. like I
Bikes,
always do.
go forward.
Go forward. Yeah.
Booster blaster, forward.
Backward. You can go backward if you want to.
No, Orcs don't go
No,
backwards.
don't go backwards.
There's 10 gears for forward, and they got rid of the reverse gear and turned it into a forward gear. Shooter boys in my 2 trucks.
Nice.
They're going forward.
They're
as
going
you can
forward.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Boomdecker, that's going to go forward again.
Go forward.
And my 2 dreadnoughts are just going to try and keep up with the Orc half track.
Yeah. They're Death Dreads, aren't they?
They are Death Dread, yes.
So then one of them's converted.
Yes.
Yes.
So Death Dread with 4
Claws things, isn't it?
There's a saw one, there's a claw one. The claw one's for opening tanks, the saw one is
Yeah.
vicious.
Vicious
They're
in
both
close
good,
combat.
but
Yeah.
the saw one's it's 5 points, so I can get more of them.
And you spent 2 command points
I
on
did,
a
yes.
cheeky stratagem. So what have you done?
I've never used this stratagem. I keep forgetting to use it. It's the teleporter.
Yeah.
So these are coming in at some point when I decide they want to come in. So.
Okay. Right. So he's holding a tactical reserve here for the Orc boys. So there you go. So that there is deployment for the Orcs as well as the Astra Militarum. So we're just swimming around over here, and I am going to grab the dice. This is the decider. Now, last game that I played, that was on the Plus channel, I lost the initiative. That was the first time on the channel with the 9th edition campaign games. So, here we go. Is it guests first, or should the host go first? Okay, the host.
Host goes.
The guest has spoken. The Golden Holocron has decided that I... 3, okay. Daka. He's rolled a 1. So,
I don't want that dice.
okay, so he's thrown the dice away, and looks like the Astra Militarum are going to go first in this mission. So, load up. Battle has been engaged. Engage the enemy. Target all greenskins. Neutralize this sector. This mechanized force is prepared to fight and purge the Xenos Orcs. So here we go. It is the Astra Militarum, debuting a new battle round, turn 1 for the Cadians. Before we begin this epic fight, I just want to make a few announcements, and that is a special thank you to all my sponsors that are supporting me on the channel. You have the Magnet Baron, of course, for your exclusive magnets, all measured to size and everything like that. Do check out the Magnet Baron. Links again will be in the description below. And also this channel is sponsored by Gammat.eu. They supply the battle mat, as you can see here, as well as the terrain we're going to be trying out as well. And then we have Siege Studios if you want anything when it comes to painting commissions, when it comes to sorting out your armies. They do a great painting service, very, very professional painting studio that is run by James Ortero from Siege Studios. Do check out their website if you want to get a quote when it comes to painting your armies of Warhammer 40K, and even do historical commissions as well. So do check out Siege Studios. The sponsor, new sponsor that is now on the channel, and that is GoblinGaming. So remember, to support the channel, you can use the affiliation link, which is on the top icon, as you can see on the view, or you can check out the video link description below. By using the affiliation link, it really does help support the channel when you purchase your items from GoblinGaming. They are really good service when it comes to postage. They have a really good high reputation when it comes to postage service, and you get 10, maybe 20% off of your items of Warhammer 40K. So do check out GoblinGaming for your exclusive miniatures discount retailers. So that's goblingaming.co.uk, and use the affiliation link to support the channel. And then furthermore, I have the Etsy store. So these objective markers that you can see, you can purchase them on my merch store, which is in the video link description below. That is on Etsy, and if you do purchase these objective markers, you will get a signed autograph by myself, and if you're a Patreon member, you get a digitalized signature on your avatar, as well as a written signature from me as appreciation and support on the channel. And of course, we have the patrons that support me on the channel. So these are the patrons are as follows. So we have Maxfield Nichols, Thomas Matthews, Taylor Griselli, Zach Butler, Charles Cranford, Luke Schringel, George Wettall, Ray Cross, Winston Atkins, Patrick Darling, Drew Gomez, Marshall Cummings, Peter Nastro, Rowan Douglas, Donald Hammer, Connor Murdoch, and then we have Jesse Patton, Anthony Leach, Harrison Leach, Ben Whiten, and of course the sponsor, James Ortero from Siege Studios. And then of course for the Ultramarines, we have Dean Lighton, Marcus Fraze, Darren Gardner, and Phil Marshall. Those are all the patrons that are supporting me on the channel. So thank you to all of those that help out. And patrons really do help when it comes to the production of the channel, when it comes to video content. So now that's all the announcements done. We're going to go straight onto the movement phase for the Astra Militarum. So as you can see here, the movement has been completed. I've shuffled the Chimera slightly over to here, so it's not within 3 inches of this objective. However, this Chimera is within 3 inches of this objective. So we've shuffled over in support here. It looks like we've selected a target. It looks like the Orcs boys over here have been in the open. So we're going to try out their Toughness 5 boys. It looks like the Orcs, the entire faction, is in a mass workout production routine. Must have got an insanity program or something like that. They're ripped Orcs now.
They're already insane.
They're already insane. So I've moved this Punisher forward, so it's within 24 and half a move as well. So that Punisher is going to shoot twice into the same target. Is selecting a target is the question as to, should I go for the bikes or should I go for the boys? We'll find out a bit later on. The Wyvern has stood still. I do have a cheeky stratagem for that there for later on. And then the Chimera has stood still, this squad here. And then we have the command squad. Now I've disembarked the Primaris Psyker, and he's going to cast a psychic power. Probably going to cast Night Shroud, making it no, Psychic Barrier, I think it's like +1 to your armor save, so I may do that and apply it onto the tank commander over there. This Lehman Russ Punisher has stood still because if I moved full move, it wouldn't be in range of 24 for the Punisher Gatling cannon. The las cannon and heavy bolters, however, will be in range. So there. So that there is the movement, end of the movement phase for the Cadians. We're going to go straight onto the psychic phase for the Astra Militarum. This Psyker is going to cast Psychic Barrier, Orc Charge 6, and that's a 4. Do I spend the command point to re-roll both the dice? Ignore his flattery. I'm going to let that bypass. So that concludes the psychic phase. We're going to go straight on to the shooting phase. We have orders to issue to our tank commanders. Orders have been issued. It's going to do Pound Them to Dust, Cadian tank order, and then as he has the Steel Commander ability, he's going to give this Lehman Russ Smite at Will, meaning rerolling 1s to hit. Okay, we've selected a target. Now I've decided the las cannon is going to try and weaken the back Death Dread. That's what it's called, isn't it? They're Death Dread. I remember that. Okay, Death Dread. Or Dreadnoughts. Orc Dreadnoughts, a different name. And then the 2 multi-melters, I'm going to go and make sure and destroy. It's going to easily bypass that armor. So even if it's AP -4, so I'm going to put both the multi-melter shots into that. And then the Demolisher Cannon is going to shoot into that Death Dread. Now I'm going to do the best for last. So I'm going to fire 4 shots with multi-melters. Because multi-melters now have 2 shots each. So it's no minuses to hits.
Not for the truck.
Not for the truck, no. So he's a tank commander. So he's going to be rolling 3s to hit. And they've all hit. Now, this is strength 8 and your toughness 6.
Yes, I am.
So 3s to wound. I'm not within half range. So that there is 2 wounds. Now you have 10 wounds. I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll one of those dice. Okay. And that's a wound. So that's AP -4.
Straight through his armour.
Yep. So I need 10 or more. 3d6.
You do. Each one. Hang on. Roll a. I'm ramshackle, so I roll a d6 each time this model suffers damage from an attack that has a damaged character to more than 1. I roll a 6. I reduce the damage caused by the attack to 2-1. Not by 1, 2-1. Which is quite good.
So that there is
he's dead.
Is 11, unless you can ramshackle. So roll the 5 first for the ramshackle.
5 on a 6, it's reduced to 1. That's a 3.
That's a 3. And next one, that is the 4, and that's a thing. Oh no, it just goes straight through. So that's those are the results on camera, and that is a secondary objective as well. Do you blow up? That's the question.
Let's find out. I mean, normally I CP to make sure I blow up, but I don't want to blow up next to my dreadnoughts and sod's law. I'm going to blow up now.
It doesn't blow up, and the occupants inside. You do have occupants. So it's 12. So Craig's just going to get the 12 dice. Now, any rolls of 1, you're going to spend a command point for emergency disembarkation. No,
they're orcs.
They're orcs. They don't care. They're having a bit of a punch up inside the Wagon.
Well, they've just killed the driver for driving straight into a multi-melter. They'll probably end up killing each other, getting each other's way. So, any rolls of 1?
Any rolls of 1? 1 has been
orc
slain.
Has died.
So it hasn't blown up. 1 orc has been slain, and that is removed from the battlefield. Okay, next we have the las cannon. That's going to go into the back. Death Dread. Now this needs the 4s to hit. Now why is it 4s to hit?
Dirty dubbins.
Dirty dubbins.
All the smoke and gunk that's coming out, I'm presuming, is making it hard to see him.
Okay. Okay, we have a tank commander here.
See if he can hit.
See if he can hit. So 50-50, 4s to hit. That's a 3, that's a fail. So the las cannon misses. Now the Demolisher Cannon. Demolisher Cannons have improved now considerably, and this is at the other Death Dread. So 46 shots. I can reroll one dice or both the dice for ordnance purposes, and I'm going to keep that. So that there is 10 shots. Ouch. So 10 shots with a Demolisher Cannon.
Again, at -1 to hit.
At -1 to hit. Just double check we've got 10. Yep, I have 10. So needing 4s to hit. That's average. That's average, literally average. Okay. This is strength 10. Your toughness is 7.
Not 10, so your
Toughness 7. So 3s to wound. And they've all wounded, and that's AP -3.
3, ooh, 3 plus, 4 plus, 5 plus, 6 plus.
So 6 is to save with your armour.
With my sneaky purple dice. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Let's get rid of that one.
Yep.
Don't like dice on the table. 6s.
6s. Save none. And this does D6 damage a time.
For each shot?
For each shot.
Ouch.
Yes.
I think that Dreadnought's dead.
And that is 14, 17 wounds.
I only have...
I think you have 8 wounds. Yeah, like
yes,
a normal Dreadnought.
I don't know why I'm looking. It's dead. I know it's dead. But
So does it blow up?
does it blow to pieces?
It doesn't blow up.
Goodbye.
So that is removed
Dreadnought.
from the game. So a Death Dread has been removed and destroyed. Mission accomplished once again from the tank commander. That there is Thomas Matthews, a hero for Cadians. Already the Orcs are mutinying. Lean Rust Punisher. Not the Punisher Gatlin Cannon because that's out of range, but the Heavy Bolters, the Sponsons, I'm going to shoot into those boys. Now the boys, the good news is for the guard is that they can't charge because they disembarked from a wrecked vehicle. Unless they play this emergency disembarkation, which Craig decided not to. So, the Heavy Bolters, needing 4s, and it stood still. So I do re-roll those 1s because of the Cadian Doctrine, which generates a further hit. So that's 4 hits. Strength 5, and now Toughness 5.
Wounding.
So 4s to wound, and that does pay off.
Does.
So that's 2 at AP -1. So 2 Orc boys are dead.
No cover from there?
No cover. No.
2 dead.
They are gone. So 2 more boys.
Don't want those Orcs. I don't want to play Orcs anymore.
Las Cannon into the Dread. Now this needs a 5 to hit because of the... What's it called again? The...
Dirty Gubbins.
Dirty Gubbins.
Yes. You're probably going to hit
And a
one.
5. Nope, it's a 2. So that's the Punisher completed at the back here. Right. The multi-lasers. Now this Chimera is going to shoot into that truck. The door knocker, I call it. Because its armor penetration characteristic is abysmal. It really does need upgrading. Please, Games Workshop, enhance the firepower of the multi-laser.
Or give them auto cannons.
Now, I did stay still. I reroll 1s. And that's 2 hits. Strength 6, toughness 6.
Toughness 6, yes.
No wounds. So that's that multi-laser done there. And the heavy
flamers
flamers are out of range, and this multi-laser is going to turn the turret and it's going to shoot into those boys. So re-rolling the 1. So 2 hits. Now these are strength 6. So 3s. 1 wound and no AP, so you do get your...
I do get my flak save,
tin hat save,
tough skin save, whatever Orcs class.
Just your skin save.
6. No.
And that is a 2. So
considering re-rolling that for a command point. No.
So another Orc boy has been removed. Take him off. Xenos scum. This Chimera multi-laser did move. And it's going to shoot into those boys. So we're going to do the multi-laser first. So I moved, so it's only 2 hits. And that's 2 wounds because it's strength 6, toughness 5. So it's quite, actually I was dissing the multi-laser a little bit there.
That's working for you.
That's strength 6 against toughness 5. It's better wounding now than heavy bolter against Orcs.
Yeah.
So
2 saves.
2 saves of 6s. That's a 1 and a 2. So there's 2 more boys are dead. Now the heavy bolter. 1 hit. And that is a kill. And then we have same rinse and repeat. Now the lasgun array is out of range for the occupants inside, and it's the same with this Chimera as well. But this Chimera is going to fire exactly the same combination again. So multi-laser, 1 hit, freeze to wound. That's a wound. You do get your save. 6. And he does save. He saved this time.
Hit
well
the
done.
tin hat.
It hit the tin hat. And then the heavy bolter. Triple 6.
You get triple 1s now, don't you?
And then 1 kill.
Ooh.
Another Orc boy has been shot at. Okay, I've done a little bit of deliberation here. Now, the new rules state that toughness increases for even Gretchens. So I'm presuming that bikes are going to get that +1 toughness as well. So they're going to be toughness 6, those bikes. So I was going to shoot at the boys, but I know that those bikes are going to get into close combat. So I'm going to have to target the bikes. And they haven't moved, so therefore they don't get that -1 to hit. So it is an opportune time to shoot at the bikes. So that's what all the firepower is going to go at. First round of Punisher Gatling fire. Let the barrel spin to win. Needing 4s, and I moved. I get this again, remember? That's a cocked die. I will reroll that die, and that generates a further miss. Not good.
That isn't good, that roll.
That isn't good at all. Oh, that's not good. That is appalling. That's only 6 hits out of 20. Who is this? This is Zach Butler. Zach Butler's Lehman Russ. We shall see. How about the wound characteristic? Needing 5s to wound. Only one wound.
Ooh.
1 wound.
No minus, is it?
No minus from a Punisher.
4+.
He has a 4+
Yes,
save.
it's a 4. 2. Oh,
2.
1
So
wound.
1 takes a wound.
Ooh, lovely.
Okay. Now, how many wounds do all
They
bikes
have
have?
2, apart from the knob, which has 3.
Okay, so
Place a 1 on him, just so I know.
good job we got grind in advance, because we get to fire it again at the same target. That's a bit better. That's a lot better. Okay, I'm happy about that. Now to wound, needing 5s to wound. And that is appalling.
How many wounds?
1.
Ooh,
1 wound.
You may kill 1, 4 or more.
1! Yes!
He's dead.
So that's all that counts really. Only 1 Orc truck. I mean, Orc bike has gone.
1 biker.
1 bike has gone. Now I forgot to declare the Lexicanum actually. So,
That is fine, you win.
well, actually, to be honest with you, I'm going to fire the Lexicanum at the bike. I
Okay.
just want to kill one. So,
You killed 1 already.
so toughness 6. So needing 4s to hit because there's no minuses for shooting now for heavy weapons for vehicles. So that's a miss with the Lexicanum. Now the heavy bolters. Sponson heavy bolters. So that there is 3 hits.
5 to wound.
5 to wound. A 1 wound. AP minus
If this
1.
goes through, it kills 1.
It kills 1.
2 damage.
2 damage. Yes.
5. Yeah.
Ah! Not good from the Punisher. The bikes.
I was worried about the Punishers.
Yeah, they are good. So that's that Punisher concluded there. I'm getting a bit worried now. Now what's the Wyvern going to do?
Shoot at a truck.
Shoot at a truck, but
Waste his bullets on a truck.
suppose the truck. Or shall I kill some Orc boys? I think I'm going to have to go for... There's exactly the same rolling to wound. So I'm going to actually shoot at the bikes.
Okay.
And I'm going to do Aerial Spotter for 2 command points, enhancing his ballistic skill to 3+. Aerial Spotter. So, Aeronautica Imperialis Recon Plane. Send back pinpoint coordinates to artillery positions, allowing them to unleash a punishingly accurate salvo. So use this stratagem at the start of the shooting phase. Select a Basilisk or Wyvern model from your army. You can reroll failed hit rolls for this unit in this phase. So it's actually not +1 to hit, it's actually just reroll hit rolls, which is useful.
Yeah,
because it does reroll, because the nature of the weapon allows me to reroll wounds as well. So 4d6 shots. Now
4 ones.
Now your unit size is 5.
6.
So
6 initially, now
6,
it's 5.
So now it's 5. So it would be it's minimum of 3, isn't it? On the d6 because the blast radius. Yes. So that's going to be 12 shots. Okay, so 12 shots. That wasn't very good with the rate of firepower there. I am disappointed.
They don't get to shoot twice, do they?
No, but I do reroll hit rolls. So needing 4s to hit. I could have spent another 2 command points to do what's it called? That stratagem. Come on, brain, help me out here. It's called Overlapping Fields of Fire.
Oh yeah,
I could have done that for another one. So, but I want to save my command points.
I want you to waste them.
Actually,
I'd rather not.
Do you know what? I actually will spend the 2 command points. I've got 5 command points. So I'm going to spend another 2. I've already wounded that model, so I'm going to do it. Here we go. Freeze to hit and re-rolling hit rolls. So 2, and I'll re-roll these. This is for 4 command points. Okay, it's all but 2. 10 hits. Now this is strength 4 and your toughness 6, but I reroll wound rolls. So 5s. Okay, that's 3, but I get to reroll these wounds. Oh, so only 2 wounds.
2? Oh, that's not too bad.
Only 2 wounds. Sorry, beg pardon, 4 wounds.
4?
Yeah, 4 wounds.
Forwards.
Yeah, 4 wounds.
Any minuses?
No minuses, no. So this is for 4 command points.
4 plus saves, come on, all 4s. 1, 2. Oh, another one did.
So another Orc bike has been slain. So it's morale's to 2, and it's got heavy bolter as well. This does count as the whole model, and they're 3 hits anyway. And strength 5, toughness 6. Now, aerial spotter, so it just counts as the vehicle. So
okay.
Re-roll those wounds.
Right.
It doesn't specify a weapon,
Yeah.
so long as it's the actual vehicle. So it's failed to wound it anyway, even with the re-roll.
Yep.
So that there concludes the shooting phase.
Was that 4 command points? For
4 command
fighters?
points for hyper accurate firepower, which did little damage, sadly, because the Orcs are pretty tough now. They are pretty tough.
I'm starting to like this toughness.
Starting to like this toughness 5. Of course you would. Of course you would. So that concludes the turn. I'm going to calculate secondary objective points for the Astra
I
Militarum.
gather no charges from you.
No, there are no charges. Morale first, actually.
Morale, yes.
Do your morale.
Okay. So, mob rule, is it 6 or auto fails, isn't it?
I don't know. We have to check that on camera. We'll check that off camera when it comes to
So
morale.
let's roll for them, because if it's basically they will pass their morale regardless.
They count as leadership 20 or something like that.
20 there. No, leadership 16.
Leadership 16. Okay. So
4. They'll be okay.
They'll be
So they're
okay.
leadership 16. But
Yeah.
I can't remember if 6 is an auto fail.
Yeah.
I just want to check if they have mob rule as well.
Yeah. So we'll check this off camera for the bikes.
Okay.
They're okay.
We'll check them.
And we'll check those boys over there.
Mob rule again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. Leadership plus 1. I think
They're
they're
fine.
okay.
Yeah. So morale holds for the time being for the Orcs. They're not bashing each other's brains out yet, despite there's some casualties. But I think I may have scored a couple of secondary objectives. We'll find out next. whilst Craig flicks the dice across the table. Right, so I've scored no secondary objective points. The bring it down secondary objective is done at the end of the battle. So we'll calculate that at the end of this game. Morale, there's no morale at all. Reduced down to 5 command points now. So now it is the Orcs' turn to move. So we're going to go straight on to the Orcs Command Phase on turn 1 for the Greenskins. So there you go, that's the end of the movement phase for the Orcs. And Craig, tell us what you've done, sir.
Gone forward.
Gone forward. Simple as that.
Apart from them, they decided to go backwards because they're mainly Orcs, but they're not insane. They're not going to stare a Demolisher in the throat. And at least they can contribute to the Great War by kind of holding.
Now, Craig was saying that he's been using the red dice because red represents go faster. And literally, for every advance roll, he's rolled a 6.
I promise you, they're not wasted dice.
They're not wasted dice.
They are the dice from the original Warhammer, not original, a Warhammer Fantasy box sets that had the Empire and the Orcs in it. I think it was 6th edition?
Yes.
6th edition.
Okay. That's a bit of history there.
A long time ago. I still have those same dice. So I bought them
and speaking of inspiration, which television series is this scene depicting? Leave your comment below. There's a famous television series on the BBC. So leave a comment below. Guess which this is featured in, this orc here. Now the clue is he's beating a bush.
He's beating his red bike or red car with a bush. It's a vicious, I will not repeat the word. He's put it on the line time and time again.
Yeah.
And he's going to give you a thrashing.
That's right. Right, so that's the clue. Leave your comment below, and the right answer, you get a love heart from me on the comment section. So do leave a comment below for that section. Anything else you've done, Craig?
No, I've just gone forward.
Just gone forward. Okay. Gone forward. Easy as that. There's a simple conclusion. Orcs, easy, thick.
They've all advanced.
And they just simply go forward, boys. And that's what we're going to do. So there you go. End of the movement phase. End of the movement phase. And what we're waiting for, psychic phase, is next for the Orcs.
Yes.
Now, what psychic pairs are going to do?
I am considering using the jump.
Da jump.
Just for a laugh.
Da jump.
Which basically means it's almost similar to the teleport. I can just move a unit from so and so to a point. A certain point in the battlefield. I think it's 18 inches away.
18 inches. Okay, we'll check this off camera. Just to clarify that, so what does the rule say for the jump?
So, if it's manifested, select a friendly Orc infantry unit within 12 of my Psyker, right next to him, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And remove it from the battlefield and set it up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 inches away from enemy units.
Okay.
Accounts having moved for any rule purposes such as firing heavy weapons, but I've also advanced them, so they won't be able to charge, so I'm not going to be insane. So
Okay, so that's fine then. So,
I'm not.
So he's not going to do the jump?
No.
Yeah. So, okay, it's a strategic thing.
I'm going to just use a simple smite.
Smite, but are you within 18?
I'm going to check.
He's going to check.
No.
You could smite the wall, but not
smite
us.
the wall, no.
So that's the quickest psychic phase the Orcs have ever had. Yeah. So they're just going forward and that's it. So that's the end of the psychic phase for the Orcs. Straight on to the shooting phase for the Orcs, or Dakka phase, as they like to be known.
Lots of Dakka.
Lots of Dakka. Orc truck is going to shoot, including the occupants inside, which is open top, and shoot into that Leman Russ Punisher. This Leman Russ Punisher is commanded by Zach Butler. Jacques Boulez, Leman Russ, is about to be hit by Dakka. Here we go, lots of Dakka, lots of sparks, lots of bullets gonna go into this Leman Russ. So what's shooting first, Craig?
My Orc truck is shooting at your Leman Russ. I'm going to speed roll it to them all together, everything in there,
everything there,
all against it.
All against
nice,
it. Exactly the same strength combination.
All the same strength, all the same to hit.
Okay.
Exploding sixes. Dakka, Dakka, Dakka.
Lots of sixes. Here we go. Shots, Dakka, Dakka.
Both missed.
Both missed. Okay, so that generates 8 hits. by the looks of things.
Not too bad.
Too bad.
What is the toughness of a Lehman Russ?
The toughness of a Lehman Russ is 8.
Ooh, they're still wounding on 5s, fortunately, is that right?
Yes, it's
more,
a big shooter.
More than double, isn't it? Your toughness is more than double my strength. I'm wounding on 6s.
Oh, if it's doubled.
I'm
Yeah,
strength
if it's
4.
Strength 4, yeah, it's doubled, so it's literally 6.
6s. Oh,
yeah.
that was a mistake then shooting at it. Never mind,
Yeah.
I didn't have much chance. 6s, come along, lucky 6s. 1.
You roll so many dice to get 1 spark.
Don't get 1.
2!
It goes through.
No! Down to 11 wounds.
Like a Snazwag, I'm shooting everything at you. So the next special,
Yep.
it's been souped up with the command points, so
Yep.
it's now an assault 15 weapon, but it's -1 strength. So,
Okay. I don't think I've fought against this Orc wagon before.
it's one of
Especially the one that's souped up.
these ones replaced their old-fashioned war tracks, war buggies that just had big shooters and rockets.
Yeah. That's fine.
So,
Here we go.
hitting on 5s.
John 5s. Daka
Daka,
Daka.
daka, daka, so it's 1 hit.
Novel Hunt.
Daka, daka.
Daka Daka.
They don't generate.
They don't generate a further Daka Daka.
2 hits.
That would be seriously OP.
It would be hilarious.
So how many hits was that in total? 2.
I'm winning on 6s.
We're only on 6s. Let's see if there's any sparks. No. Okay. It's full facing.
So I now have my big shooter that's in there,
Yep.
which is aimed by Grot, so they're +1 to hits, but they still get their Daka.
Okay. Let's get that back up. We'll check the stats out now. Oh, you've done it already.
Just checking one thing. No.
Okay.
I'm going to see if my Grot Blaster is in range.
Rot Blaster.
So Daka, Daka, Daka.
Daka Daka Daka.
1 hit.
1 hit. Okay.
No wounds.
And no wounds. Okay.
That used up.
So, any other shooting?
Lots of shooting.
I say that. There's always lots of shooting.
I need to work out how many shots these guys have got.
Okay, we'll check that off camera, see how many shots they get. Darker. How many shots is this?
Each one has 2 assault, so each one gets 6 shots each.
So that's 24.
Yes.
24
Each one has
shots.
6 shots with his strength 5 Daka gun.
Okay, so yeah, need 5s because they're Orcs.
That's a bit better.
That's a bit better. Now the Daka Daka Dakas, which are 5 of them. So you need to get 5 more dice.
That was a 6.
Yeah, that was a 6. Yeah, definitely was a 6.
Fine.
So another 5. Okay,
3 more
so
hits.
3 more hits. Okay, so that generates 12 hits.
Out of 20, half. That's not bad for
Half.
Orcs.
These are strength-
Not bad for Orcs.
So these are strength 5 against toughness 8. So you need 5 to wound. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 wounds.
4 wounds.
No minus.
I need 1 wound that goes
I'll take
through.
that.
So it's down to 10 wounds remaining on the Lehman Russ. Last one to use is what's known as a
Rivet gun.
rivet gun into the Lehman Russ.
There's also has a big shooter on there, fired by a grotto. Yes,
Okay.
I think it is. Fighting shot.
So here we go. So, you mentioned stratagem.
More Daka,
More Daka!
which means my Daka goes off on a 5 as well as a 6.
I see.
2 command points.
2 command points spent. I cannot steal them because I don't have any relics to steal his command points. So instead of 6s for Dakas, it's 5s.
I'm shooting a rivet gun, which is an assault 6, strength 7, AP -2, 2 damage weapon.
Ooh, okay.
This is my almost anti-tank, and there's also sizzling rivets, so any rolls of 6 to wound inflict a mortal wound as well as normal damage.
6 to wound.
Yes.
As well as the normal damage.
So
Ouch.
I need to hit you first, that's the important part.
Okay.
5 to hit,
5 to hit.
exploding 5s and 6s.
So that's a cocked die, that one. Okay, it does explode.
So 3 hits already,
3 hits and
3
3
explodes,
Daka Dakas.
6 hits.
6 hits.
5 hits, my apologies.
Okay, now any rolls of a 6 to wound is a mortal wound in addition. do get a mortal wound, so
That is
it's
a
straight
cock.
away down to 9.
I need a 5 to wound regularly.
No.
So 1 mortal wound and
AP minus 2.
So 1 wound, AP minus 2.
That saves. No.
Ooh, 2 damage.
It's down to 7 wounds remaining on the Leman Russ. Ouch. Okay, that's the end of the shooting phase. We're going to go straight on to the charge phase. Now, this may be a bit of a silly question. Are you going to charge?
I'm going to just check to see if things are in range.
Oh.
So even though I've advanced, I may be in range.
Because of here we go.
Because of what being in range of
The
my
War.
wolves. So
Okay.
he is not, so I have no charges.
Have no charges. Okay, so that concludes the charge phase for the Orcs.
I have to suffer another round of Imperial Guard shooting.
Yes, and tell me about it. So, morale, there's no morale because all the occupants are inside the Chimeras and the tank crew, they don't care, do they? So, this Leman Russ is severely damaged, and that is pretty much it when it comes to the conclusion of...
Rather shocking.
Rather shocking, yes. So, now we're going to go on to a new battle round. We're going to go on to battle round 2, turn 2 for the Astra Militarum. Okay, we've concluded the points gained at the beginning of the new battle round for the Astra Militarum. So we have secured 10 victory points for the Astra Militarum for the purposes of points. So we've scored at least 1 objective marker and then another 2 objective markers. So we've met 2 out of 3 of the criterias. So there's 10 victory points for the Astra Militarum. Right, so that there is the end of the movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 2. And the Chimera has moved slightly backwards to anticipate grabbing the objective here, ready for next turn or battle round. I've pushed the Chimera forward here. I've decided to go aggressive with this Chimera for the purposes of holding that objective. So we'll find out to see if we can neutralise the bikes that the Orc Knob is currently holding. So then we have the Punisher, which I contemplated whether I fall it back, but I think they're going to get into range anyway. So I may as well stay still, and for Cadia will stand, and a fine officer that he is, Jacques Boulet is going to stand his ground and fire that tank and do as much damage as he possibly can. The Wyvern has stood still for artillery support, and then the Chimeras, I've pushed the Chimeras forward within heavy flamer range over here. I haven't got out the infantry yet because I know what's going to happen if I get infantry out with the Imperial Guard. They're going to get slaughtered.
They're going to get squished.
Going to get squished. So the transports are protecting the infantry and the occupants inside, which is the good thing. The only occupant that is outside is the Psyker himself, which is behind this Leman Russ Punisher, which has moved slightly over to here and to see if he can shoot the Punisher Gatlin cannon over here to support when it comes to anti-infantry fire. And then we have the Leman Russ Demolisher moved half move again, selecting targets, could shoot at some trucks and war trikes over here as well. So that is the conclusion of the movement phase on turn 2 for the Astra Militarum. We're going to go straight onto the psychic phase for the Astra Militarum. Cast Psychic Barrier on the tank commander, just enhancing and giving him some protection. I need a 6, and that is a 10. And no Psyker is in range of my primary Psyker, so that psychic power goes on. At the end of the psychic phase, we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase, and orders are going to be issued to these commanders. Bring down the Xenos Greenskins at all cost. To secure this objective, surround and destroy. Order has been issued to the tank commander himself and to his tank crew. Pound them to dust. The Leman Russ Demolisher is going to fire the las cannon into the Death Dread. It's going to fire the multi-melters into
Boomdacker Snazwagon.
Boomdacker Snazwagon, and then going to fire the main primary weapon into the Orc truck, which is that one there. Las cannon! It's a 4, it's a hit.
Here hits.
Strength 9, toughness 7. 1 is a failure. And I'm not going to spend a command reroll for that. I just wanted to get it some damage, but it was not to be in this round.
Pink him a little.
Pink him a little. So next is the multi-melters. Multi-melters are going to shoot at the
Boondaka
Snazwagon. Needing no minuses to hit.
The Boondaka, yes, -1 to hit.
-1 to hit. We are a tank commander, so needing 4s. And I did move, so it's not rerolling 1s. Strength 8. Freeze to wound. They've all wounded again. AP -4. Not within half range.
Straight through the armour.
So D6 is damage. Okay, let's do the 6 first for.
That's not ramshackle.
That's not ramshackle.
No, you're shooting at that, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. Okay, just simply as that.
Dead.
So that's 13 wounds. So it's destroyed.
What does he explode on? Something explode or something.
On 6.
Oh, on a 6.
On a 6, does it explode?
No.
It does not explode. Any occupants inside?
Inside that, 2 grots, 2 grots and 2 boys, but they're dead.
They're dead.
They are the crew.
They are the crew. So, boom, another unit has been destroyed. Like they say in the Dawn of War game, engaging Demolisher Cannon. So there's only 5 shots.
Ooh.
I get to reroll them because of the order. Pound them to dust. And I will keep that. So that's 6. Little bit better. Little bit better. Needing 3s to hit. We are a tank commander. They've all hit. This guy is on fire. Thomas Matthews. Thomas Matthews' Lehman Russ Demolisher is wreaking havoc on the Orcs' left flank. Right flank, rather. Looking at from my perspective.
Into the centre now.
This is strength 10.
It's toughness not 10, so 3s to wound.
3s to wound. And that's 5 wounds at AP -3.
4 plus, 5 plus 6 plus.
It's going to go slice through the armour. So this is 5d6 damage. Yep. So you get to ramshackle these at least.
You do, yes.
So you may as well roll the 3 5s together.
Okay.
It's for ramshackle.
6s.
You shrugged off 1.
Has been demoted down to 1 wound.
It's got 10 wounds anyway.
He's dead.
He is dead anyway.
Does he blow up? Does he blow up?
Does he blow up?
No.
It doesn't blow up. The occupants inside.
12 boys inside.
12 boys inside. That means, do you want to spend a command point for emergency disembarkation?
Maybe.
We'll check the rules for.
It might be useful. It might be useful.
It may be useful. We're going to check the rules for emergency disembarkation. That means if he does spend the command point, he may be able to charge, but we'll find out what the rules say. Craig has decided not to use the emergency disembarkation because he still has the restrictions for the purposes of charging, so he can't charge for using that strategy. So he's going to roll for models slain.
12 men.
So 12 men,
boys.
12 boys, 12 Xenos. He rolls of 1.
1, 2.
2
dead boys.
Dead boys are gone. Okay, so the tactic is working here. Demolishers popping open the transports, and then the Chimeras are acting like hellhounds here, and they're going to cook up some Orc boys next. So this is 2d6 auto hits. I'm going to fire the lasgun arrays and the multi-lasers. They're going to go into the bikes. They're going to combine all that firepower over to there. So this is for the 2 heavy flamers, the whole mounted heavy flamers. So that's 10 auto hits. Nasty stuff here. This is ruthless stuff from the Astra Militarum. 5, toughness 5. So actually that toughness 5 is paid off a little bit.
It's helping.
It is helping a little bit.
I'm starting to like that.
So it is good. But if I just lift this up, that's another wound. That's a pretty good dice roll. I'm going to put that back. Like that. Are you happy with that positioning?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Fine.
so gentleman's agreement. So that's 6 Orc boys dead.
6 dead boys.
They've just been cooked alive here.
2.
And it's not looking good for the Orcs. And then the lasgun arrays at rapid fire.
6.
So this is 6 shots apiece.
Against the boys again.
Against the boys again, yes. Lasgun arrays from the crew members. Now, it's using the Chimera's ballistic skill, not the actual unit.
Okay.
So it's all hitting on the 4s. Okay. And then strength 3, toughness 5. If they're toughness 6, it'd be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous, I think, yes.
So only 1 wound. So you do have your normal save.
You
do have your tin hat save for those boys there. So he's just taken off the casualties. And he rolled another 3. So that's dead.
Another dead orc.
So have you changed your morale?
Oh, I need to change that now to a 9.
Change that to a 9. So the orc morale for that squad could be in big trouble here.
No, that's a 6, isn't it? Is that 9?
If you have the line on the bottom, which is that one, that is a 9.
It's a 9. Yeah,
So 9 casualties have been taken on that unit. Punisher and Las Cannon from Ray Cross's Leon Ross Punisher into that. And then the heavy bolters at range 36 are going to shoot into the bikes. Okay, so now it did move, so it's not rerolling 1s. So needing 4s to hit, any minuses to hit the bikes?
No, nothing like that. Thought there were.
So 4s, so there's only 1 hit of the heavy bolter, right. And 6 is a wound, and that's AP -1. And if you
5
fail
to
this,
save, if not, he's dead. 3.
So that boy's dead because it's damage 2 from the heavy bolter. And the Las Cannon's going to shoot into the, now what's that truck called?
Custom Booster Blaster.
Custom Booster Blaster. So here we go, needing a 4, and that is a 5. 3's to wound, and that is a wound, and that bypasses the armour.
Yep.
It's D6 damage.
Does he do a lot?
That's a 4.
That's not too bad.
4 damage, so it's got half dead.
He had 4
But it's not bracketed because it's got less than 10
He doesn't
wounds.
have bracketed. It's wonderful for him. 4 wounds left for him.
4 wounds left. So now the Punisher Gatlin Cannon. Punisher Gatlin Cannon. So it did grind advance, so it's moved less than half the move, so it gets to do this again. So needing 4s to hit, no rerolls. 8 hits, that's below average. Toughness is...
Toughness is 6.
Toughness 6.
Yes, it is 6.
Okay, toughness 6, needing 5s to wound. And that's actually 4 wounds, that's above average. So no AP, so
No
you've got your
AP,
AP
4+
armour save. So number 2, we get to do this again. Here. So Punishers again. Okay. Taken away. Few dice here. May as well do this on camera. That's above average this time. Needing 5s. That there is 4 wounds. No AP.
You just need to get through
AP -0.
twice. Knowing my luck, these are all going to be 1s.
Valiant attempt.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Does he
Does
explode
he
into a million
explode?
pieces?
Another
Orc vehicles should just automatically explode, I think. No, he does not explode.
It's a pain. Oh,
So
it's not looking good for the
all my
orcs.
vehicle force is now dead.
Vehicle. There's only 1 vehicle left. Well, technically a bike is a vehicle, but
Dreadnought
a
is,
named characteristic vehicle is.
There's not much left for the orcs.
not much left
All
in
on
the
the all on the right, it's down to the boss and his bodyguard.
And there's still a lot of firepower to go. I mean, actually, we've got a lasgun array over here, which is going to shoot at the boys. And the Chimera's multi-laser is going to shoot into the bikes, as well as the heavy bolter. Lasgun arrays from the Chimera shooting here. Not even rapid fire, just out of an inch. So, 2 hits, 5s to wound, nothing. Chimeras, if you use them well, they can be quite useful.
I like chimeras.
I've always liked chimeras.
I do like
75 points, are they worth it?
I've given all mine autocannons.
Yeah, autocannons would be good, wouldn't they?
It's just a strength 7 weapon, light anti-tank weapon is useful.
You can do a simple conversion with the new Chimera. Basically get heavy weapons barrel, put it on the new Chimera, and easily magnetised. And Craig has got a guard army himself, so he's easily
chopped off the ends of my multi-lasers and stuck the barrel of an autocannon.
Stuck the barrel of an autocannon in there, and that's totally narrative.
Yeah.
So,
little pin in there just to keep it
the
straight.
army group approves
Yes.
of the Adeptus Mechanicus enhancements.
I just
So it's
want
all
hunter
approved
killers
for. Just wants hunter killers.
but not the guard one.
So
the
not,
Space Marine one.
not the guard ones, he wants the Space Marine ones. So that's the Lasgun array done. Let's go back to the battlefield rather than talk about tactics.
Well, let's talk about Warhammer.
Let's talk about Warhammer, that's why we're here, that's right. And he's got an Imperial Guard army as well. So a lovely Guard army that Craig has. So...
Grey Knights coming soon.
Yes. Oh, is that a hint? Is that a hint of a future project?
Grey Knights.
Grey Knights. So we're going to go for the Heavy Bolter. And that's 2 hits. And 1 wound.
On the bikes, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 wound.
I got distracted.
So that was off camera. I do apologise. Ah,
That's it.
2 damage again. Another boy. Oh, so
Much
now
left of his
the
guns,
multi-laser. So that there is 2 hits. The multi-laser. Freeze to wound. That is 2 wounds. No AP. So 1 takes a wound. Punisher here. Yes. Now I'm going to fire. I'm going to check line of sight here and declare what I'm going to shoot at. Selected targets. The Punisher is going to show no mercy. It's going to punish severely the Orc boys over here. And then next up is the Lexicanum and Heavy Bolters. They're going to shoot at the bikes because I couldn't find any other targets. I've ran out of targets, literally. This is ruthless.
This is brutal.
This is brutal. Sorry, Craig, your debut on the channel.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
So the Heavy Bolters. That's 5 hits. Strength 5, toughness 6. Okay, so you got 1 wound bike. 1 bike.
Saved.
Saved.
Actually
Okay.
saved it.
So that means
You can still run away.
I could still run away.
The Lexicanum can't
The
kill both of them.
Can't kill both of them, so that's going to have to contest unless I concentrate all the firepower from the Wyvern. We'll find out. So we're going to do the Lexicanum into the bike. So here we go. In the 4, that's a 6. That's a hit. 3 to wound, and that's a cop die. I'm going to re-roll that. That's only fair. And 3 is a wound.
Straight through the armour.
So it's D6 damage. It's going to kill the. It's going to kill the bike.
Goodbye.
So the bike has
Another dead one.
gone. You have an objective over here.
I do, yes.
He has an objective. He's not holding this objective here, but he has an objective there, and you do have an objective there, I'm presuming?
That one.
Yes.
That one. Do I have one?
I have one there. Yes, contested at the moment.
Is that an objective? Oh,
Yes,
yes, it is.
It is an
I
objective.
forgot there was something on there.
Yeah. So I'm going to make sure that this unit here, the Wyvern, is going to destroy the bike. So I'm going to unleash all the firepower I can have. So I'm going to do the artillery. I'm going to shred it.
Finish it off.
So 4d6 shots. So that there is 14 shots. Storm shard mortars in the narrative are very, very nasty, especially with units in cover. I'm not going to spend any stratagem because it'll be a bit overkill, I think. For one model, yeah. So
4 for 2 last turn. So.
needing 4s, and I re-roll those 1s because I am Cadians. I re-roll those 3 1s. That generates another 2 hits actually. So needing 4s. Now this is strength 4 against toughness 6. So 5 to wound, and re-rolling wounds because of the nature of the weapon. So 2 have come through already. And that's 4 wounds.
No minus, is it?
No minus, no.
4 plus saving. 3 wounds he has. That's
Yeah,
not.
okay. Oh, he's dead. It's just been shredded by the Storm Shard mortar.
Goodbye.
Okay, and that's I've declared all the shooting.
Take that off as well.
Yeah, I've declared all the shooting as well from the Wyvern, and the only other unit that is left is this Chimera, and there is no targets. That is how devastating this turn has been.
That was Pickett's charge for Orcs.
That is Pickett's charge for Orcs. Oh dear me. Okay, so
Orc Boss General Lee.
yeah, you can hear in the background noise if you can hear carefully. There's a load of bike noises.
Driving off.
So we're driving off into the distance there. So that's literally the conclusion of turn 2 shooting phase and morale. So you may as well do morale.
I'm presuming you're not charging, are you?
No, I'm not going to charge. Coward! We're just abiding by our tactics and what we're good at.
I need a 1 to pass that.
The 1,
no,
2.
they failed.
They failed, and
one
of them's away. And for morale purposes,
the other 2 are okay.
The other 2 are okay. Okay, so that comes off, but another boy has gone. So that's it. That's progressive morale. Secondary objectives, have they been achieved? We'll find out. We've concluded the end of the term when it comes to secondary objective points. I do have domination because I have more. Actually doubled, haven't I? The amount of objectives you have. I have 4, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that brings 3 additional victory points for the Astra Militarum. So that concludes. So that's going to be 13 points to 0 at the moment. But you may score some victory points at the beginning of your turn. So it's not the end for the Orcs. And reinforcements have yet to arrive. They've got to jump somewhere.
Yes, they have to jump somewhere.
They have to jump somewhere.
Waiting for an opening.
Waiting for an opening. So that concludes the end of the Astra Militarum turn 2. We're going to go straight on to Orcs turn 2. Concluded the beginning of the battle round when it comes to securing objective points for the Orcs. Now the Orcs do have 2 out of the 3 objectives that are on the criteria. So they do have 1, 2, which means they have 10 victory points. So that brings the total to 13 points to 10 to the Astra Militarum. But now it is the movement phase for the Orcs on turn 2.
This will be the shortest Orc movement phase in history.
Yes. Simply survive and grab and cause as much havoc as they could possibly can against the Astra Militarum here. End of the movement phase for the Orcs on turn 2. Looks like there's a lot of movement going on, especially...
Let's go faster.
It goes faster! Faster, boys! So Craig, tell us what you've done in survival.
Gone forward.
Gone
forward.
Gone forward.
Red dice for their advance, red dice for their advance, red dice for their advance, red dice for them. Yep. I used a purple one on that one, I only got a 1. Red dice go faster.
So basically this unit here has literally turned up from the jump and teleporter or whatever the technology the Orcs have, and basically these Orcs boys here, and these are knobs, aren't they? So
they are knobs.
They are
knobs.
Boys. They're tougher boys. So they're just going to try and get stuck into close combat and simple, and lots of DACA.
He's going to line up and do some shooting.
Do some shooting. So there you go. So that's the conclusion of turn 2 for the Orcs. When it comes to the movement phase, we're going to go straight on to the psychic phase for the Orcs on turn 2. Warpath has been declared from the Weird Boy. Sitting on a 7.
These guys again.
These will get +1 attack. And that is a
7.
7, yep, that's fine. So that's perfect. So that's a 7 for the Orcs, and that means they'll get +1 attack for this Orc boy squad, I'm presuming?
That boy squad
there. That boy squad there. So that psychic power has been completed. Any other psychic powers?
Nope, I can't see anything from there, so I can't smite you.
Can't smite me.
Okay, nah, no
way.
way.
So the nearest enemy model. So I can't do any smites, so therefore that concludes the psychic phase. Going straight on to the shooting phase on turn 2 for the Orcs. Shoot in, Craig.
9 sluggers from there. 6 sluggers from there. Shooting there.
Yeah, we're going to find all the firepower into there.
2 rockets going to shoot there. So speed rolling, going to do the 2 sluggers and the rockets. Just them 2 squads, and then I'll move on to the next lot.
That's fine. So you're going to do the sluggers first.
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to calculate how many dice you will need.
15.
Like it's 15
shots.
dice.
9 plus 6, that is correct.
So 9 plus 6. So Craig's got his dice ready.
Hitting on 5.
And these are Daka as well. He's got a few Dakas.
Cock. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Dice there.
4. Well, that's quite a good dice.
That's pretty good dice roll. And actually, you've got 3 extra
1, 2,
Dakas on
3.
top.
3 Dakas.
3 Dakas. So which generates another hit.
Another Daka.
Okay.
You're toughness 7, aren't you?
I am toughness 7. Yeah, Chimera is toughness 7.
So that is 7 hits out of that lot. So strength 7, strength 4, sorry, because toughness 7, that's a 5, isn't it?
5 to wound. 2.
I claimed that one was a cock, so let's roll that one again.
No, that was fine. No, seriously, it was 2.
Okay,
So,
if you're
yeah,
happy.
2, yeah. That's 2. So 3 up saves.
Oh.
Snake eyes! So the Chimera goes down to 9 wounds.
Lovely.
More
So that
Daka.
means they go off on a 5 as well as a 6.
Okay, so he's going to use 2 rockets combined from both the boy squads. He's paid stratagem for enhancing his Daka to 5s up instead of 6s.
Oh,
Both missed.
It was worth the shot.
It was worth the shot, but the rockets miss. The Punisher is still alive.
Shot off.
Scorcher is shooting to the Punisher.
So here's the rockets.
So here's the rocket. This is from the knobs. So missed with the rocket.
And the Scorcher.
And it's D6 auto hits.
Use a lucky red dice.
Lucky red dice.
1.
Oh no!
1
Where's
shot.
the lucky stick, boys?
1 auto hit.
One auto hit.
Was it auto hit?
Yeah.
Auto hit.
Auto.
There. So strength 5 against toughness, not 5, higher than 5.
That is a 4.
No.
That is not a wound. No damage again. Is there any other shooting?
Oh, I forgot there's a tank buster bomb in there as well.
Are you in range of the tank buster bomb?
See. Tank busters. Yes.
Yes. You'll throw a tank buster bomb.
D3 shots.
3 shots. That's
3
the
shots.
full house.
Hitting on 5s.
Hitting on 5s. 1 hit. And
it's a
Daka. Yes.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Strength 6. against
Toughness 7.
5s to wound. Nothing.
Nothing. No wounds. That's a 4 and a 3.
I may have made a mistake on my Daka because I did it for 2 shots. I think it's only for 1, but it didn't go off. So.
Okay. Well,
But yeah, I've spent the command points.
You spent the command points. Okay.
If it had gone wrong and actually hit you all, it might have been an error on my part.
Okay. That's fine. That's not a problem at all. It's gamesmanship, isn't it? It's 40k. So, is any other shooting?
Yes.
Yes.
So they're still. I'm going to shoot every dice I have. 3 big shooter shots and a slugger shot. That's against the Punisher. They're standing right next to it.
Yes, that's quite realistic to do that. Oh, generates a Daka. Nice. It doesn't generate a
Wounding on
hit,
6s though.
6s.
No.
Doesn't wound. No damage.
I think that is all my shooting.
That's
He has
all
no
your
guns.
shooting?
The
Has
other
no
one
guns?
did. That is it.
That's it.
That is all
Okay.
my shooting.
Now the close combat ability.
This is the bit.
This is where the bit that Craig, as an orc player, loves and dribbles over against
I
other
like shooting.
the enemy.
You killed all my shooting things.
Killed all your shooty bits, but now this is what orcs are good at: close combat. Get it in there personal. So here we go. Off camera, Craig was quite hasty, and I can understand why. I was going to think of Overwatch, but there's no point really because the Punisher can still shoot in close combat, but at -1 because of the new vehicles special rule. So that's that Orc boy squad there. It's charged, even though it was -2 for the charge roll because of the crater. Any other charges?
Lots.
Lots.
These boys, he's going to charge that.
They're going to charge that.
Let's
Need a 9.
Need a 9. Well, I can choose to re-roll one. My here we
go.
War thing.
Yes.
So that's
11. And they make it.
And because there's evil sons, it's +1.
It's +1. They make it.
They are in.
Am I going to spend a command point to Overwatch? I do have a heavy flamer. and I think it would be wise if I did. So I will spend a command point to Overwatch.
So just take the wardens off the table now.
We'll see how much damage.
My luck with your shooting.
D6 auto hits. 5 auto hits. This is strength 5.
Wounding on 4, killing on 4. Right?
Killing on 4s.
1 or 2.
That's -1.
Either way, that's
On a heavy flamer. And that's 3 boys dead.
Oh.
Just like that. Next is the multi-laser. Needing 6s. No. And then the Lascar Ray counts as part of the Chimera's weapon. As long as there's occupants inside, it's not open topped, but it counts as a weapons platform anyway.
It used to be, didn't it? You used to be able to shoot a gun out the hatches.
It did, yes. In 7th edition and 6th edition, you could fire the heavy weapons
the heavy weapon
team
so if you had a
on the
Lexicanum or
top.
something similar,
Yeah.
it was brilliant.
They could introduce that back again.
It would be nice if they
It
could.
would be new
I liked it in the
tactics.
Space Marine Rhinos. It was
So,
quite good for them.
That's misses. All of them have missed. So they've killed 3 boys anyway, and they have made it into close combat because they did roll a 11.
11 with the +1.
11 with the +1. I think they've FAQ'd that now.
Have they?
I think they have. It's always a 9 you have to roll. It's no pluses or enhances anymore. So you have to roll a 9 when you moment you deep strike.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think that's FAQ'd now.
Right.
But I think you've made it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem at all. It doesn't affect the purpose of the game.
Yeah.
Do leave a comment below if I am correct. But if not, that's perfectly fine. Doesn't make a difference to the game.
The +1's my...
It's only the +1 if you are not deep striking, if you get what I mean. So if you're like on the board already.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh, yeah, I'm not going from that. It's my Orcs. Evil Sons gives them +1 to their charge roll advance. So
that's right.
so
Yeah.
+1 to almost everything, basically.
Okay. Into the Chimera. Here we
Just need a higher one.
That's enough.
Oh, that's enough.
That's fine.
9 plus the 1, so I will lower it down for them jumping down the thing.
Yep. I'm going to go around.
You're actually, no, I'm not going to go around that way. I'm going this way.
Okay.
Whoa, you fell off.
I'm going to go over here. It's going to go around the Chimera. The chassis. Boss is charging into the Chimera. That's a 10.
I think he's in.
The War Boss is in. 10 inches, yes.
3, 1, 2, 3. Because I'm just knocking off the 3 for each.
Knocking off
He's
the
up and
3
down.
each up and down. Yep,
Yeah, you happy?
I'm happy with that.
Wonderful.
He's
There
in.
you go.
And here he is, the Orc.
War Boss is up close and personal.
And you know, we said, oh, we're not going to lose any casualties. Well,
It might happen.
it might happen now.
It might happen. Especially with the new rule for the Orcs, apparently chopper -1 armour as well. So.
Yeah, ouch. Nasty stuff.
Right.
Any other charges?
How far away?
How far away?
They? Ooh, I'm going to need...
It's going to be -2 for the crater. Don't think they're going to make it.
Let's give it a go.
See what you get.
Let's do it for laughs.
Do it for laughs. Remember, you got +1.
Yep. I just need to roll high. No, but I've got me re-rolls because I'm Orcs.
6.
they're not.
So they're not going to make it in there. So that's all the charges for the Orcs. And we're going to go straight into close
He can't
combat.
charge his advance and he ain't in range of the boss.
Ain't in range of the boss. So that's it. So close combat action now for the Orcs.
Right.
He's going to do the Orc War Boss first, with 6 attacks needing 2s to hit. No unwieldiness with this Orc.
Nope.
Here we go. And they've all
Lovely.
hit.
He is strength 9.
Strength 9 against toughness 7. 3's to wound. 2 have failed.
7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's all right. No, you've done it right. There's a dice there. So
What one was there? What one?
so those 2 have missed. But you've got 4 wounds.
Oh, that one was that.
That
one.
was just there.
one
Yeah,
disappeared.
that can just disappear. That dice can be
4 wounds.
back to the warp with you.
-1 armour.
-1 armor.
-1 to your save. 2 damage apiece.
2 damage apiece. Okay. So that's 4 damage. Goes down to 5. Is that the Orc War Boss?
That's the boss done.
That's
yes.
the boss done. Okay, now the Orc boys. We'll calculate their number of attacks. Twin kill saw. Go up against the Chimera.
Hitting on a 4.
It's -1 for being unwieldy. Only one hit.
Atrocious.
Okay, only one hit.
But he makes him strength.
Could be strength
10.
Strength 10. Freeze to wound.
Freeze to wound.
That is a
One
wound.
wound.
An AP minus of
-4.
-4
2
goes
damage.
straight through the armour, and that goes straight down to 3. Definitely a bracket now. Chimera is in trouble. And any other weapons?
I have got 3 big choppers.
3 big choppers. Okay. Now remember, choppers are -1 now.
These are big choppers.
Big choppers is -2, I think.
They're still -1.
It's -1, but it may be FAQ'd. We'll check that.
Oh, with the
We'll check the rules. We'll check out the new rules for choppers. Okay. So it's literally Battle Scribe has updated anyway. The new rules. So from the Warhammer community site. So it is strength +2, AP -1, 2 damage. So
hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. Take away the 2s. 2 2s.
They are strength.
+2.
Strength 5 basic, so strength 7.
Okay, yep. Because they're knobs. So these are
2, 3, 4, 5.
bigger
6.
orcs.
That was 7, wasn't it? 9 attacks.
Yep.
7.
7.
Need 4s.
And 4s.
Oh, terrible.
That is terrible. Only 2. This is AP -1, so 4s. That's 2 damage. It's down to 1 wound remaining.
And it's just the 2 with the one with the scorcher, one with the big guy.
Okay.
1, 2. Oh no, I can't count. That should have been 2 attacks with the big choppers. 1.
Do you want to do the 2 choppers now? May as well. Do the 2 choppers now.
Yeah, there should have been 2 big choppers.
Yeah, 2 big choppers. So
not 3 big choppers.
Yes, okay. Do you want to do it, so how much damage did you do?
2 damage.
2 damage. With how many attacks did you do?
9.
So do you want to do it, so start again with 6 attacks?
Yeah,
Just redo the whole
yeah,
thing? Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to reverse the attacks, the choppers. So we bring this down up quick.
Back to 4, wasn't it?
Put some hammers and metal and fill in the holes quick, but then put them back in again.
Craig can't count.
Craig can't count. So 6 attacks.
6 attacks with big choppers.
So needing 3.
This is going to be better, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, it's going to be better. Come on, boys!
Wounding on 4s. Exactly the same.
Do you want to keep it exactly the same? I'm happy with that.
If you're happy with that.
I'm happy with that. We'll do it so to 1. There you go.
There we go.
Debate over.
Now I have 2 regular attacks from my guys with the Scorcher and the big shooter rocket thing.
Yeah.
So they're just basic knobs with just hitting with their fists.
Rightio.
These are 3s to hit.
3s to hit. Oh, that's pretty good actually.
And they're only strength 5, so they're 5s to
So
wound.
5 to wound.
This is the one that's going to kill you, isn't it? Oh, one save to make.
Save. 1 save of a 3+. Actually, it's -1. 4 up.
Okay.
Because of the new rules for choppers. 4! And that's what I needed.
So the Chimera
The Chimera
is
alive after all of that
Okay.
hacking and,
Slicing the dice.
slicing and dicing on that Chimera. Any other attacks?
Done them ones.
And then ones.
That's it. You can.
That's it.
I've got that squad there, the 2 orcs there.
2 orcs there.
So I've got 2 attacks with the regular orc and 3 attacks with the knob, +1 for his chopper.
Okay. Here we go.
So let's do it this way, because the regular orc doesn't have a chopper, he just has his shooter. Knob's the red one, regular one, the other one.
Okay.
Hits him on 3s. He missed. The knob's hit with all this.
Righty home.
Wounding on 5s, because he's strength 5.
Okay. Toughness 8.
Yep. Nothing.
Nothing. No damage. Ouch. Demon Russes are tough nut to crack.
They are tough. I'll wait for the War Boss so you can finish it off. Hopefully, if you don't shoot him to death first.
Next is
Lots of attacks here.
Chimera. Right, how many attacks have you got,
Lots.
Craig? Lots. Okay, let's
with
cut
the
it
knob.
short. Lots of attacks.
And 5 times
5 times
3.
5 times 3 is 15.
I think so.
15.
I do maths every day and I can't do it. At the end of the day, I can't do it.
So needing 3s to hit against the Chimera. There we go. So these are the choppers.
Choppers. These are all choppers. There's nothing fancy with the knobs chopper. I really should give them something useful, but yeah.
Okay.
A few ones in there, not very good.
You're not Goths, you don't generate
No, I'm
additional
not.
attacks.
No.
Okay, that's the Luke's clan. That's Goths, that is. Okay.
That's not bad.
Not too
Wounding
bad.
on 5s.
Wounding on 5s.
It won't blow it up,
Strength,
but I will kick you.
strength is 4.
Yeah, strength 4 and then his strength 5, but they're all still wounding on the same. So.
Okay.
1, 2,
3.
3.
Only 3. Okay, 3 wounds. And they've all... No, one has gone through.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's down to 10 wounds remaining on the
Oh, not
Chimera.
that many there.
Is there any other attacks?
No, that's it.
Is that literally
That is
the
it.
attacks? Okay.
That is it. Well, my yellow boys failed to get into.
Well,
your Lehman
the
Russ.
Chimera has got 1 attack,
Survived just.
needing a 6.
No.
And this one's got 3 attacks, needing 6s. Nothing. That's pretty realistic. So
Your Lehman Russ.
my Lehman Russ has full brackets, so it does have 3 attacks.
They're all going to hit. They're all going to kill him.
2 hits. So this is strength is 7,
So wounding on 3s.
and that's 2 wounds.
2 6s. One boy dead.
Squished!
And my knob is down to 1 wound. Yeah. Oh dearie me. That was precious. Anyone wants to be on eBay in the next 36 hours?
Oh man, who would have thought that Lehman Russ adamantium tracks would squish an orc? The end of the close combat phase, after that dramatic conclusion from the Lehman Russ Punisher. Morale. Yes, you do have some morale over
Well,
here.
for them,
because 3
they
of them
will
got-
pass it regardless, I think.
They're gonna
let's
pass.
Roll it anyway. There's a 1.
It's a 1. They're going to auto pass.
He needs. He is leadership because he's on his own.
Yeah.
He's also in a squad below half, isn't he? So,
Yes.
so he's leadership 7 normally, so -1 for being in his below half strength. So
Yeah.
6, and on his own.
So it's 1s and 2s. He flees.
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Bye bye, Orc.
So he's gone. The orc knob has gone. Ouch.
Yes, ouch indeed.
So he saw 2 of his boys got squished and
Yep.
decided, right, I've had enough. I've
Yeah.
had enough of this battle. It's going
one,
horribly
one boy
wrong.
was squished and his toe got run over, so he's hopped away.
So that's the end of morale. They've passed over there. And that is the conclusion of another battle round on battle round 2. And we're going to go straight on to a new battle round. Battle round 3, turn 3 for the Astra Militarum. Calculated secondary objectives for the Orcs. They have scored zilch. And he's nodding his head in shame. The Orcs are in a bit of a predicament here at this time. So we're going to calculate victory points for the Astra Militarum. Right, we've just calculated victory points, primary objectives on turn 3 for the Astra Militarum. They haven't scored 15 victory points. They have scored 10, however. So that brings the score to 23 points to 10 to the Astra Militarum. Who would have thought the Astra Militarum are kicking some Cadian butt? Get off our planet, they say. So it's time to unleash the fury of the 18th Cadian Army Group in this epic fight against the Orcs as we go on to the command phase on a new battle round. Turn 3 for the Cadians. Mopping up time for the Astra Militarum at the end of the movement phase on turn 3. The infantry have decided that their morale is high and have confidence in dealing with this threat and literally taking the mission. Literally.
I'm going to get tabled.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one because they are toughness 5 and all that. So there's no officer over
It's
here.
not stopped you so far. Take a look at the dead pile of my orcs.
And take a look at the dead pile at the. Actually, I didn't get out the
Command squad.
command squad. Yes, the command squad is in this one, and they have decided to stay inside the Chimera for the purposes of communication purposes.
Cowardly humans.
Cowardly humans, says the Orcs. So I'm not going to get the officers out because there's no point. Let the infantry do the job. So we've decided to advance this squad here out of the Chimera that was in close combat, and they did advance along with the platoon commander because he's going to do forwards for the Emperor order. That is the plan anyway, so therefore he can do some pop shots against that Orc unit there that is securing that objective. The next unit that's moved is the Chimera is pulled out of close combat. Of course it can't shoot. However, this Punisher is ready to turn the turret. Load the shells. Lots of Dakka for you, Greenskin. Next is the Lehman Russ Demolisher. Stood still, selected a target. I think he's going to take out the Death Dread over there. That's the plan. And then the Wyvern has stood still, like it has all game. The Chimera, the Command Chimera, has moved forward to secure the central objective. I feel confident, actually. I'm going to advance. It's going to roll 5. I'm going to advance. I mean, he's not going to shoot, but he will secure that objective there. Next is the Leon Russ battle tank here. It stood still, so it's going to punish those Orcs over there. And the Chimera is pulled out of close combat there, but before it did so, disembarked this infantry squad here, led by Sergeant Drew Gunners with his squad. And then we have this infantry squad that has disembarked, and that is led by Tyler Gavin. Sergeant Taylor Gavin is going to shoot into the Orc boys there. This Chimera stood still to obviously secure and hold this objective for the Emperor. So that's a lot of movement done on turn 3, just getting into position to mop up the enemy. Enemy sighted, target neutralizing. Here we go. So we're going to go straight onto the Psychic phase on turn 3 for the Astra Militarum. The Psyker is going to cast Smite into the boys. Warp charge 5, and that's a 5. There's no Psyker present that can stop. That's D3 mortal wounds. That's 2 Orc boys have been smitten. And that concludes the end of the Psychic phase on the Astra Militarum. We go straight on to the Shooting phase, and orders have yet to be issued. So forwards for the Emperor for this infantry squad, and then we have the Lehman Russ Demolisher. He's going to issue an order to himself, and that order is pound them to dust. Shots with the las guns with forwards for the Emperor, even though they advanced.
Who are they shooting at anyway?
They're shooting at the Orcs over on the top here. So they are regulars, needing 4s, and then 5s to wound. Only 1 wound.
1 wound.
So you do, yeah, it's line of sight blocking, but I'll give them a colour. Yeah.
I'll fire it anyway. Oh no!
No, you're fast. So that's the las gun shot there. So I may as well fire a crack shot instead with the grenade launcher. Oh no, they're out of range. Oh yeah, I got that one, but should I fire crack to blow one of them off easily? No, just fire frag. Let's fire frag. So D6 shots. The 6 actually is going to be.
You weren't sure you wanted to fire frag.
So how many guys were there? It doesn't really matter because I rolled a 6 anyway.
12 initially.
12. So it would have been 6 shots anyway. So needing 4s. Normally be 5s for advancing. 1 wound. That's a 6.
No, that's
no, it's a 6.
Okay.
That is a 6. No. You have that dice roll.
Thank you very much.
You have that dice roll. I'm showing mercy here. So.
You got pity.
Got pity, no mercy. In this, so not very good performance there from this squad, but doesn't matter. They are bold infantry nonetheless. They have to get the job done. Now, the Lehman Russ Demolisher is going to fire everything into
the Death Dread.
Said he's not looking forward to this. Well, let's get it done, shall we? Do D6 shots. That's 10 shots with the battle cannon. Cut them down, show them no mercy. That's -1 to hit.
Yes.
So it's 4s. Pretty good accurate firepower. And I reroll those 1s because I did stay still. Which generates no additional hits. Okay, 5 hits. That's statistical. Now strength 10, toughness 7.
Please.
And that is 4 wounds. Your armor save is -3.
4, 5, 6. How many? 4, yeah?
Yeah. So you got 3 up save.
3 up save, so 4,
Yeah.
5, 6.
So
Ooh,
okay,
three go through.
save 1, so each does D6 damage.
Got 8 wounds.
Oh
He's dead.
dear, he is
Does he
destroyed.
blow to pieces?
He does
He
go
does,
to pieces,
but
and
nothing's in range.
Nothing's in
So-
range. So, okay, mission accomplished there.
You've
from
destroyed all the
that.
vehicles.
So that's all the vehicles destroyed. That's going to be really good at the end of the game because each vehicle that's destroyed is 2 victory points. So next up is the Punisher Gatlin Cannon that is going to shoot everything into these boys. It's going to be painful. This is 40 shots from the Punisher Gatlin Cannon, staying still, rerolling 1s to hit against the Orc boys. So needing 4s to hit. And rerolling those 1s. A couple of 1s there.
That one there's got cop dice under the Leaving Russ's trench as well.
Reroll that one. Okay. So that is a 4. That's pretty accurate firepower, if I may say so. Strength 5. So this is forced to wound because they're toughness 5 now, the boys. We're trying it out. This is beta rules. This is just friendly, so that's actually only 5 wounds. Okay. It saves 1, but 4 more have been brought down. And I'm sorry, Craig, it's rinse and repeat.
Yes, I understand.
He understands.
I understand.
As an Imperial Guard commander himself, he understands the ability of the Punisher Gatling Cannon. Adding 4s. There's a few misses there. That's not that good. Okay, strength 5, toughness 4. Only 4 wounds.
Ooh.
Normally it'd be 3s, but it's forced to wound. There's another 4 that have been brought down. Now the heavy bolters. Rerolling those 1s. And then 5 is a kill. Another killed. And then a las cannon to blow the head off one of them.
Overkill.
So 5 is a hit. 2, no, 3s.
No, 3, yeah.
3s now.
Ooh, blimey.
3s to pulverise a boy. No!
No.
The
Go on,
orc.
command point. Why don't you come on?
The orc shrugs off a las
Look,
cannon.
You have 6 command points. Use a command.
No, I like
Roll
to
it.
save them like strategic purposes. So, how many boys have you got left there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
So 6 boys, but 7
6
wounds.
boys. 7 wounds remain. So I'm gonna fire the heavy bolter into the knobs.
Okay.
But then I'm gonna fire the wyvern
Into them.
into them.
Okay.
So how many boys do you have left?
6. 1, 2, 3.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So 7 boys, 8 wounds left.
So this is a minimum of 3 dice each. There's 12. So that's going to be 10 plus 6, so 16 shots. 16.
Bye-bye, Orcs.
Yes, it's viewer discretion advised. That's how bad this battle report is when it comes to the carnage. Carnage has been unleashed from the fury of the 18th. What's happened to this regiment? Maybe the training, we don't know. Rerolling those 1s as well. Okay. Generate another hit. No. Maybe we don't need a new codex. No, don't say
you're
that.
winning. Fives to wound though this time.
5 to wound and re-rolling to wound because of the nature of the weapon, which generates a 1 wound. There's no AP, so 6s to save.
How many wounds? 6?
Yeah, 6s. Yeah.
2 saves.
2 saves, 4 more boys have been brought down, and I did declare the heavy bolter shots go into
he's fallen down.
the boys. That's 3 hits.
If you can wound all 3, that's 3 dead.
Oh, they've got 2 wounds each, haven't they?
The knob has 2 wounds, but that will just kill 2, isn't it?
Okay.
Heavy bolter's damage
So here we go.
4s.
2 wounds, so it's
Ooh.
AP minus 1.
So there's 1 boy left. I'm being nice. Do you want to come
Oh
on?
no, sorry. The heavy bolter is going to go into.
Oh, into there. Sorry,
into
I do
there.
apologise.
So, yeah, it's
AP
into
minus
the-
1. Yeah?
AP minus 1.
They
Yeah.
have a 4+ save. So,
4 plus save.
so becoming 5s. 1 saved.
Okay.
1 dead.
1 dead. Just like that. Been shot at by a heavy bolter. Nasty stuff. Right. So the Punisher Gatlin Cannon is going to fire 2 of its heavy bolter sponsons into this squad. And then the Punisher itself, Gatlin Cannon, is going to shoot into the knobs, and then the Las Cannon is going to do a shot as well into the knob. So this is the heavy bolters. Remember, stood still as well. Rerolling those 1s. So that's average. And how many boys you got left?
3. You need 3 wounds.
3 wounds to kill them all. No, nothing left. Okay. That's that done. So those boys hold the objective there. How
Possibly
interesting.
not if I fail my morale.
Possibly not if they fail their morale. So the Punisher is going to shoot into the knobs now. So there's 20 shots each. Shots. Rerun those 1s. Well, there's quite a few 1s there, thankfully. Generates another 3 hits. Okay. So strength 5, toughness 5. Actually, yeah, your toughness 5.
Oh, that's quite nasty.
That's pretty good, actually.
There's another load coming in after that. How many wounds so far?
That there is 9 wounds.
Ouch. 8.
Rinse and repeat.
4+ saves. They
plus
could all
save.
die though if I fail all these.
So
I'll take the passes out and then I'll just work out how many wounds I've got. So that was a fail, that one. 1, 2, 3 dead so far.
3 dead.
But I'll take the rocket off. I'll take a big chopper and I'm going to take the knob boss off because the kill's always a bit more useful if he's flying.
Okay. So there's another round of Punisher Gatling fire.
So the last knob.
Or should I just speed up the game? No, I can't. I have to fire the Punisher. I was going to fire the Las Cannon just to finish them
you
off.
can finish it off with the Las Cannon. Speed things up, won't it?
But
Put me out of my misery.
so I'm not sure what that was actually. I think that was a. I'll do this. I'll do this for free. I'll do this for free. So that's them. It's good, accurate firepower here. That's pretty amazing. This is strength 5, toughness 4. That's not that good actually. Only 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
So 5 wounds, no AP.
I have to pass at least 3 of these. No, he's dead.
So he's gone. So that's the Orc.
That's the knob's gone.
Knob's been destroyed here. Now
War Boss
it
is open.
Open to firepower here. That's from the Chimera. But the Chimera can't shoot because it pulled out of close combat. So
form a firing squad with your
form a firing.
Technically you can't because they are closer.
They are closer. So the Orc
Boss
Boss
is
is safe.
Lovely.
But the infantry are going to unleash the firepower over here. So there's no offer.
500,000 las guns.
So there's no orders, so it's every man for himself, using their own initiative. Right, 23 shots from this infantry squad here into there. Now, it's normally 17, but I decided to use the grenade launcher fire first, but to speed up the game I may as well roll all the dice here. So 23 shots, remember it's the grenade launcher first, but it's exactly the same strength and statistics. So needing 4s, they did move, so needing 4s to hit. 3, toughness 5, needing 5s. Nothing.
Not one.
Not one. Okay, so I'm going to do the rinse and repeat of the other squad. And reroll on those 1. No, they did move. So we'll check out how many hits there are. Not as many hits as the last squad, but needing 5s to wound. That's 3 wounds. Ouch. 6s to save. None. So 3 more have died.
Come away,
Okay. That, I think... actually, do I have a Chimera that can shoot? Yes, it can. So it's going to fire the multi-laser, not within 12. It's the multi-laser at Lasgun array. So needing 4s. No wounds, as expected from a Lasgun against an Orc. Now it is multi-laser, 1 hit. 3s to wounds is a multi-laser.
6 to save.
6 to save, shoots 1, and then the heavy bolter. 1 hit. And that's a wound, and that's an AP -1.
Dead.
He's dead.
5 dead. That's not too bad.
5 dead. And that concludes the shooting phase. Orcs. So I'm doing this because there's a whole load of bugs in the room. Xenos flyers.
We wanted the windows open.
We wanted the window though because it's a hot night tonight. So leave these Xenos alone. Kill them. So the bugs are everywhere. So anyway, going back to reality and to the battle report. So we're going to go straight on to the charge phase, and yes, I do want to charge. Yes, of course. We have the priest next to us.
I see.
This squad can't charge, however, but this squad can.
Okie dokie. Actually, oh yeah, I am, because I will get the command point back on my turn.
So he is going to spend a command point to overwatch the guardsmen that are about to charge.
Just because. Right.
So let's get some sluggers and check the ranges. Shots with the sluggers. See how good these sluggers are.
And that one's a rocket.
That one's a rocket.
They wound on the same. No, rocket wins on the 2, but just for the laughs.
Just for the laughs.
6s. And he calls Dakar as well. Ooh.
Okay.
That's 3.
The rocket's missed completely.
It's gone off and hit one of our trucks in the background.
Yeah.
I've got 3 Dakars to use.
3 Dakars.
It's a lot of 1s. It's a shame they're not Cadian Orcs. Or bad moons, I should say.
Okay, so 3 hits only.
3s to wound.
3s to wound, so they're strength 4.
1 wound.
1 wound, and flak armor save of 5+. No,
Ooh,
so
I've killed an infantryman.
So he's
I've
killed
something.
He's killed an
killed
infantryman,
something.
and fortunately, it's just going to be an anonymous guardsman. So
Oh, I haven't killed a patriot.
you have not killed. Weird. This is the most weirdest battle report I've ever known. None of my patrons have died. This is heroic stuff here.
Right.
Let's see if they can charge.
You have chosen to bayonet charge Orcs, though. So
Yeah. Well, we feel confident enough. And that's a 3.
Ooh, that's not in unless you command point them.
For the Emperor, spending the command point to reroll both the dice. Yes, that's a bit better. 7-inch charge. And of course, the priest is going to join in as well. The priest is going to charge. Needs a good roll. She was a double.
Atrocious. That was atrocious.
No, the priest. Oh no. Well, at least the guardsmen will at least get +1 to their attack roll because of nearby the priest. So you can't really complain there.
Nah.
The priest did not make it. Why?
He's happy behind his rock.
That's right. Happy behind his
He's
rock.
summoning the power of the Emperor.
Behind a rock. So that's conclusion, would you believe, for the Astra Militarum charge phase. We're going to go straight on to close combat. Fixed bayonets! Charge!
Hopefully you're going to finish you off.
22 attacks from the bayonet and the sergeant with the chainsword. It's not an Astartes chainsword, there's no AP minus. So needing a 4 hit weapon skill. Strength 3, toughness 5. Whoa! Not bad.
Yeah.
5 wounds. 5 wounds on the boys. Maybe the bayonet will work. Show them what it's made of.
Bayonet. Yes.
5 orc boys slain. Kill them all. Purge the alien. All blown effects here from the choppers against the guardsman's flak armour.
3s to hit.
3s to hit. Oh, there's a few misses.
Oh, there's quite a few misses. Not too bad, but...
And choppers are strength +1.
AP minus 1.
They're AP minus 1.
Not strength +1.
Oh, yeah, AP minus 1. So they are already strength 4 anyway.
All wounding on
3s.
The red one is you still get a 5+ save.
Yeah. Okay. There's a few.
2, 3. Oh, that's not too bad. That many.
That many.
So do you want to do your 5+ save first with the 1 red dice?
Yep. Okay, so let's just do this. So 1 at 5+, is it?
Yes.
Okay, 1 at 5+. No.
He did anyway. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah!
Oh my. Blimey.
So that's 3 dead. Okay, it could well be. It could well be that the patrons are still alive. Yes, easily.
Oh, no.
What do you mean? Oh
I
no!
want to kill the patron.
They support the channel.
It's fun killing the named characters.
So the patrons are still alive, which is good news for the channel. So that's interesting. That's interesting. That is because who would have thought that guardsmen are so overconfident in this game and start charging the orcs?
Yes. You killed, how many did you kill? 3 or 5 of them, didn't you?
5. Yes,
Close
that's pretty
And
amazing.
I killed how many? 4.
You killed 3.
They are not orcs.
They're not orcs.
They are not orcs. They are Gretchen with big suits. That's what they are. Grots in orc suits.
Yes.
Useless in close combat. Shall we do our morale tests?
Yes, we'll get on the morale tests now, so we will do that right away.
They are leadership. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to use his leadership,
Yeah.
which is leadership 8. I
Okay.
get 1. Nope. 1 runs away.
1 runs away, and each orc boy,
5.
is that below half strength?
Yes.
Yes, 1s and 2s.
1s and 2s.
May run away.
1, 2.
2.
2 more run away.
2 more run away. Now the infantry squad. I roll a 3 and their leadership is 7. They pass.
Ooh.
So morale is good, which is pretty realistic considering the circumstances. Is there any other morale?
Them.
Them. Okay.
They are leadership 7, -1 for being below half strength.
Yeah. 2.
They needed 1 to pass, so
Okay.
1 runs away.
So 1 runs
ones and
away
twos.
and 1s and 2s. No,
them
they
2 are
still
okay.
hold the objective.
They
So
do.
that is a troop's choice as well. So it looks like the conclusion of this turn. And we're going to check out secondary objectives for the Astra Militarum. We've calculated secondary objective points for the Astra Militarum. They haven't scored any further objective points at the end of this turn. So we're going to go straight on to the Orcs. Turn 3. And see if they can do any more damage. Probably is going to be a conclusion on turn 3. Unless Craig wants to fight to the death.
Orcs is never beaten.
Orcs are never beaten. Well, we shall see. We're going to go straight on to Orcs turn 3. Primary objectives for the Orcs at the beginning of of turn 3. For the Orcs, they have scored 10 victory points. They have secured this one, and they have secured this one, which they're still Orc troop choices on there. So they've fulfilled 2 out of 3 when it comes to the criteria for gaining maximum victory points. So therefore now that concludes the points total. We're going to go straight on to movement phase. Command phase is done. It is turn 3 for the Orcs. The end of the movement phase on turn 3 for the Orcs. Craig, tell us.
Shortest Orc movement phase.
It was
second shortest or third shortest. Very short Orc movement phase.
So anything you've done?
I've moved a little bit here and there, positioned things.
So it looks like they've repositioned the shooter boys over there.
They're going to blast them squishy oomies to pieces.
You call them squishy, but we've got some tactics to look after them.
I've got lots of shooters.
Lots of shooters. And they just literally stood still to hold this objective as best they can. And then... And who's dead?
They's dead.
Oh, they's dead. Oh,
he's going to die.
Yeah, they're going to die. And then the boys are still in close combat there. The Psycho has moved forward, and the Orc War Boss is just standing there, doing his thing. He has a plan. So, what are you going to do, Craig? You said you got some CPs.
I've got 3 left.
He's got 3 left.
After the run one I regenerated. I'm going to use it just to have a laugh. My unstoppable green tide, which means I can take an Orc boy unit that is on the table, that has any map model left off, and bring them back on full strength, as long as they're more than 9 inches away from you. So you've got another unit to kill.
So another unit to kill, and he's going to decide which unit that is.
I need to measure up and work out in a minute, so I need to measure some things, and I'm either going to take them off, or them off.
Okay, Craig is going to decide which unit, and we'll find out which unit that is in the next segment. The decision has been made. It was this Orc squad that was here, and they formed up into a massive war plan again. So the Imperial Guard thought they had victory, but another.
There's more Orcs in there.
There's more Orcs in there. But that is 3 command points, isn't it?
That is all my command points.
That's all his command points. The Imperial Guard has still got 5 command points when needed. So that is the end of the movement phase, and we're going to go straight onto the psychic phase for the Orcs on turn 3.
I am casting Warpath on them.
Warpath.
+1 attack.
+1 attack.
It is a charge value of 7.
7.
Value of 7.
That is a 6.
That is a 6, but because War Energy, I add +1 to any psychic test rolled made for this model for every 10 Orc models, excluding Gretchen, within 10 inches of him.
So there you go.
Yep.
So it goes off.
That has gone off.
So Warpath has been triggered on this Warpath.
Okay, guys, and I'm now going to cast Smite on that Chimera with 1 wound left.
Okay. It's the nearest enemy.
Oh, it is just quite
Yes.
right. Let's just cast it on
A visible unit. So it's going to be this squad. Yeah.
Might as well use it.
Yep. Warp charge 5. And that's a 7.
gone off.
That's D3 mortal wounds on the squad. Now guard are taking casualties now. So 1 of the guardsmen has been slain. The end of the psychic phase, and we're going to go straight onto the shooting phase. Now, the boys. They can start shooting. Yep.
Worked out how many shots I got.
Yep. Now what's the strength for this weapon?
4.
AP minus?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Slugger is not in range.
Slugger's not in range.
So these boys is shooting at them.
At them. Okay. Needing 5s to hit. Got some Decker. Let's go over here. There's the camera work.
Okay. 2 Dackers.
2 Dackers.
5 hits.
5 hits.
3 is to wound.
3 is to wound.
That was atrocious.
That was atrocious. I was going to play a stratagem, but I don't need to.
There's no point, is there really?
What's happened to the Orcs in this game? No damage whatsoever against this squad. The squad have survived.
A rocket from there. Let's try it. Hopefully we can get a hit on the Chimera and blow it to pieces.
Blow it to pieces. Here we go.
No.
No.
I've missed.
They both missed. The Chimera is still alive.
My last piece of shooting.
Last piece of shooting is...
My War Boss is going to shoot his fancy shooter at that squad there.
Okay.
Assault... Is it Assault 9 or Assault 12? Let's double check.
He's going to double check the stats here for this weapon. Shots. Oh.
Against your depleted Guardsman squad.
Against the depleted Guardsman squad. Okay. So needing 5s, even though he's an Orc War Boss.
Yeah. Orc bosses ain't much better at shooting.
They don't care.
Flash kits can hit anything.
Yeah.
That's good.
Who would have thought that that gun would have so many rounds of shooting? Oh, impressive.
It's double barrel.
It's double barrel. Yeah, that's true.
There's 4 hits.
4 hits
3
and
are
3 are dackers. Which
To make
generates
them- oh, two, that
two
was two,
additional
sorry,
hits.
yes,
Yeah,
that was
2 additional hits. Strength is
4.
4.
3 is to wound. AP minus 1. 4
Minus
saves to make.
1. 4 saves to make. I will spend a stratagem to take cover for that infantry squad. Just to enhance their survivability. Now, how many wounds is that in total?
4 wounds.
4 wounds. So, minus 1 plus 1. Paid off slightly, but
Yeah.
3 have been slain. Patrons are still alive. They're still alive, even though I had to take the Voxcast off. I care about my patrons. Is there anything else?
That's all the shooting I've got left.
That's all the shooting he's got left. And we're going to go straight on to the charge phase.
Yep.
Okay, any charges to make?
Right. They can charge, they just need to get a high roll, so
They must get a 9.
yes.
But
They've got to go up.
they got to go up and
Well,
over.
some can wrap round, but
I don't think you can make it.
I don't think
Because you have to climb over the wall to get over the
yeah,
top.
so you just work it out.
It's going to work it out and see what you need to get. So we've just concluded with the calculations. The Orc Warband will not make contact with the enemy, even with the +1 to their charge roll, because they have to climb over the wall. And you have
And
to
then
get a
jump back
9,
down.
and you have to get a 9 as well. So they can't go through the gate because there's a literal single file and all that. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's not good for the Orcs.
It's not.
Is there any other charges? You've only
Yes,
got the
War
War.
Boss is going to go into the bigger squad, just for the laughs.
So, no, shall we Overwatch? There's no point Overwatching, to be honest with you.
Yeah, okay.
So, let's take the charge.
Okay. He's in.
He's in. Okay. The Orc War Boss is in. Ouch. This is going to hurt.
I do apologise, I knocked one of your men over.
Ah! Who was that you knocked over? Who was that?
I have knocked over Harrison Leach.
Harrison Leach.
I'm sorry, Harrison.
Newly promoted guardsman. He was a white shield, did you know?
Oh. Well done, Harrison.
Well done, Harrison. So you do your attacks, good sir. How many attacks do you have? 6
I
attacks.
might just do
wasn't it?
another charge.
Oh, he's tempted.
For the laughs.
No.
I'm dead next turn.
Okay.
I am well and truly dead next.
So the Orc War Boss is going to go in.
2's to hit.
2's to hit. Okay, he's hit
That's
with.
a couple.
He's hit with 5. All of them. Isn't
All
it?
of them, yes.
All of them. Okay.
And 2's to, well, 2's to kill, but
2's to
you still
kill.
get 6 for save. So
Yeah.
5 saves to make.
5
That
saves.
was a
to make.
6. it's
That
turned
was a
into
6. Yeah, that's fine. Needing 6s. I saved 1, but 4 guardsmen have been cut down.
With his big chopper.
4 guardsmen have been cut down. Maybe it was a bit of a tactical error on my part. So morale's gone up to 5. Now we will fix bayonets. Well, our bayonets are already fixed, but we're going to go in, get the max amount of attacks, and make sure that you go in like that, because I want to get an extra few attacks with the priest. Attacks. Now the guardsmen Did not make contact because he wants to be in 6 of the priest. So these are hitting on 4s. Only 3. Your toughness is 6.
Yes.
6s to wound.
6s.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So they're really tough, these, that Orc War Boss, indeed.
That's
So
if they get their toughness 6.
that's if they get their they probably will get their toughness 6. So we're just anticipating the Orc new codex. So we're going to go straight on to morale. My leadership is 7. And that's a failure. Do I spend a command point to make it D3? That will pass. Yes, I will. So that's to the death stratagem.
Okay.
So I will pass, but with the sacrifice of a command point. I've got to mention this. A patron has been slain. Ben Wyden. Ben Wyden, you have fought gallantly in this epic battle report, and you'll be remembered in the archives of the army group itself. Thank you for your support and comrade. Secondary objective points, Craig. He's shaking his head saying nope. He has not secured any objective points as yet. So it's a new battle round. We're going to go on to battle round 4, turn 4, the Astra Militarum. Okay, let's just conclude this game. It is over. The Astra Militarum have finally got their victory that they've long been waiting for. We've just calculated the last of the victory points, and it's 50 points to the Astra Militarum. To the Orcs is 20. So it is a crushing victory for the Astra Militarum. And they've only sustained minimum amount of casualties. Considering the circumstances, and the thing is that we would have pulled back and blown stuff away, and that kind of thing. I'm just being realistic. I'm not no bias or anything like that. I'm just being completely honest here. Yeah. This is a victory for the Astra Militarum here. So, from a tactical victory for the 18th, the Emperor will be praised and will be pleased with this performance for the army group. So promotions may be engaged here, and I'll tell you what, there may well be some heroic stuff here. Medals potentially. Do let us know in the comments below, do any of the patrons deserve medals for their heroic deeds in this epic battle report? Now, is there units of the game?
Demolisher.
Yeah,
But it took out a truck and a dreadnought in one turn.
And then it took out.
And then it carried on blowing things to pieces.
It took out
that Demolisher.
That Lehman Russ Demolisher is absolute nightmare.
And
that didn't even take any damage.
That Punisher there as well.
And that Punisher as well. They all performed pretty well. The Chimeras were very reliable. They're very useful. They protected the infantry, and it actually made the Guardsmen even more bolder to secure these objectives. Even doing the foolish thing by charging the Orc War Boss. But it's all round a good performance here for the Astra Militarum. Now, do you have a unit again, Craig?
Me? No. The fact that they survived.
The fact that they survived, yes, we'll give it to them.
The War Boss killed some things.
Yeah. He's still alive.
It's the first time he survived the battle, but
I mean, it's weird over there. What happened? There's no.
Well, they got blown up and ran away, and then just hid behind there.
Behind there.
Hope the objective. But I think the fact they survived, I'm quite surprised.
Okay, on that there will have the unit of the game. That
he's going to get promoted to the Knob Bodyguards.
The Knob Bodyguard.
I'll make a new knob for that unit, and then they've got 6 knobs of bodyguards.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That concludes the end of this battle report. Thank you very much, Craig, for participating on the channel for the first time.
I enjoyed that would make me very strange.
We want you back, Craig. We had an enjoyable game. It was fun, and Craig has got an Imperial Guard army.
Training scenario.
So if I decide to use Tyranids, maybe the patrons will fit in Craig's army, because the 18th Cadian army group don't necessarily have the same uniform. They have fixed they don't have a fixed uniform, they have multiple uniforms for all kinds of weather and planetary systems.
And it's not just Cadian armies in that army group, there are some destroyers hidden in there. Joined in.
Okay. So he's had some auxiliary
there are the
units as
Death
well.
Corps hidden in there as well somewhere.
Yes.
And the 10th Mountain are in there as well.
Okay.
When their Ogwins finally arrive.
Nice. Okay. So that's an exciting project. Well, it's you've got loads of guardsmen pretty much, haven't you?
About 3,000 points.
About 3,000 points easily. So it's exciting stuff from there from Craig. So again, thank you, Craig, for participating on the channel. We look forward to your future arrival again.
Getting slaughtered again.
No, don't say that. Give it a good game, lad. Give it a good game. But anyway, so let's conclude this game with shout-outs. Thank you once again to all my sponsors, as previously mentioned. Thank you to all the patrons that are supporting me. Without your support, these battle reports would not be possible, and as well to the sponsors. And remember, if you want to get your exclusive purchases of these Warhammer 40K models, head over to GoblinGaming.co.uk, and by clicking the affiliation link helps support the channel. And of course, if you want to be a patron, whether you want to be an Ultramarine or a Cadian, please consider joining the Patreon page. As little as £1 a month, you can be a White Shield, all the way up to the General Staff. And the higher rank you are, the more units you get to unlock, ranging from tanks, super heavies, and I'll tell you what, I am really looking forward to a new project, which is the Bane Blade. I have another Bane Blade being painted right at this moment. It is almost completed. So I'm really looking forward to using that in the future battle reports. So there you go. That concludes this game. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, happy wargaming.